Hello everybody, and welcome to this very normal episode of the Patches In podcast. I was going to say special, but everyone's not much special about us.
Everyone's going to think it's weird now.
It's always weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here with my regular co-host, Hamish.
A wee bit more enthusiasm, please.
Hamish!
Hi everyone.
Tom!
Hey, how's it going?
It just sounded like you were shouting. He ran down the street. Tom, come back.
This one will be a lot shorter this week because friend of the podcast, Ross, isn't on.
Yeah.
Telling his long ass stories.
But he's also quite tall, that's why he's shorter.
Yeah, we were actually...
That's a good, okay,
Sorry, I'm going to start a story straight away. Me and Hamish were out on Saturday night without
Hamish and I were out, yeah.
Hamish and I?
I was out, Hamish was also there.
Oh, right, okay.
And I met someone who was like a neighbour years ago, and they totally acted like we were like the best buds ever.
Oh.
And we definitely weren't. Like, I even phoned my parents. I was like, I met thingy, and they said, "Oh, we were best pals." Blah blah blah. And Mum was like, "No, you weren't." Like, yeah, I know. Like,
he was just a hanger on.
Yeah. I think he was a bit. My dad was like, I think he was probably just fucking looking for pals. But like, he was fine. But he just kept like he was fawning over Ross, man. It's like, how tall is he every 5 minutes? I don't know, ask him, mate. Like,
go talk to him.
He's never been asked that question, ask him.
Measure him. Like, good old Ross, mate. The guy asked Ross a couple of questions and he was off. He was gone. Like, Ross was telling him everything. I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Like, Ross is keeping him busy with a long ass story. And this boy is just asking questions. Loved it, man. Kept him away from me because I didn't have that social battery.
So, Hamish, obviously you're the more popular one. What were you doing when Hugh was like avoiding conversations?
Well, as soon as the guy came over, and I kind of like, oh, yeah, you remember Hugh? Yeah. And then I pawned them off on him, and then I was like, right, everyone else, let's go. And went out for a cigarette and getting drinks, and I can tell them a mile away now.
Yeah.
The party dampeners, so I'm like,
the wet cloths.
Steer clear of them.
And that's why I wasn't invited then, I guess.
Yeah, because that would have been you. Yeah.
You wouldn't have came.
No, well, I actually had plans on Saturday night, so that's probably
why.
I
knew that, because I invited Angie, but not you.
Yeah.
We prefer her.
I mean, I'm not going to argue that, yeah.
Fight.
No, we didn't actually. I found about it like an hour before, to be fair.
Yeah. I think it was like when you put in like chats to that, if anyone's plans, I have literally just made plans. I was in work when plans were
are you in that group chat?
I think I was.
Shit, I didn't know. We should probably get him out of that.
Did keep Dom out?
So I did invite you then, because I invited everyone in the group chat. So.
No
maybe it was the one you accidentally forgot that I was part of. There was one. I'm sure there was like feelers were out, but people couldn't make it. They already had things. Maybe earlier in the week then.
Yeah.
Do you ever like around like groups people and like they start talking about something? Now, we mentioned it in the group chat. And you're like, what fucking group chat?
Yeah.
No, I'm not in that fucking group chat.
It doesn't happen to me because I'm in every group chat. But
yeah, mate, I'm in about 500.
I can imagine.
It's with you.
Yeah.
Like we use what, three or four?
I was actually going to suggest the other day, like, we don't have a group chat like just with Ross and not with other people. And then I was like, I don't want another fucking group chat.
Yeah.
Too many as it is.
Too hard to keep up with. Like, we've got one with Shane as well, and like I'm kind of thinking about pretending my phone broke. Nah, I'm kidding. No, I love Shane, but he's memes. He's a memer.
Yeah, it's not funny memes. Anytime I've seen in the COD chat, I'm like,
they're terrible, man.
Mate, he always sends us like 4-minute TikToks. I don't think he can get 4-minute TikToks, but he always sends the maximum length of TikTok.
Yeah,
and I don't have that focus in me.
Yeah,
it's always TV show clips as well. But it was a fun night out. Hamish got very confused near the end.
No, I get very drunk. There's a difference.
Yeah.
And in my defence, kept on changing the plans. We were like, all right, okay, I'll drive you and you home, and then I'll come back and drive you and you home, and then you were like, right, everyone get in the car. And I was like, what, everyone? Like, what? Like, you just said it was just going to be them, so it wasn't my fault.
All drunk people were annoying me at that point, so I was like, these are all going home.
Yeah, I know, I get that. I'm just saying it wasn't my fault. You changed the plans.
You were fine. You got mad at me because I turned off your song.
What song was it?
No, I don't think it was a song, was it?
He was singing karaoke, a whole new world.
I wasn't singing karaoke. I was putting that on for your fiancée because she looked bored as fuck.
Yeah, of you singing. How did you think you singing was going to make her happy?
Because she was singing too.
Yeah. In a hostage situation.
She was sitting on a whole different couch. A whole new world. A whole new couch.
Whole new couch.
I turned around to him, she was singing. I'm like, no, that's not happening. I'll go on my phone and change the music.
Not in this house.
Look, I'm not drunk enough to hear him sing this song. But no, it was a fun night, and you know that started off the weekend of fun. like the Xbox. Was the Xbox showcase before that? I don't know time.
No, I think it was. I don't know. I don't even know what day.
I think it was the Sunday. My Saturday night was interesting.
Okay, what did you do without us?
What did I do without you? Well, one of my mates, Lomax.
You stop touching that, Dom?
I can't help it. I don't know what it's about. It's very like.
You mean Simon?
Yeah,
the Cowardly Lion from Wizard of Oz.
No, Simon.
Same guy.
What about him?
Yeah. So he had like a wee rock band night.
Did he?
Yeah. So it was a. First time playing.
Didn't invite us.
I know it was weird that wasn't put in the chat.
Yeah, of course not. Like it's almost like when I didn't get invited, and I was like, I've got plans that Hugh decided to. Well, I'm not getting invited to this. Am I not popular? Why I'm really nice? And he starts getting angry.
I don't get angry. I was about to get real angry. Wait, where does Simon live?
I'm not telling you. Right.
Did you have to drive by us to go to Simon?
Yeah. I was like, I'll get them have a good time in the pub. I could see Hugh just like nodding at some poor guy that was like telling them please let him go. Hugh was like, hold on. I could see Hamish like putting a cigarette in his mouth and walking in the back.
Yeah, he kept grabbing my arms and my shoulder.
Because he wanted to feel you.
I was like, why? Then Ross was doing the same thing, and then Kiwi was doing the same thing, and I was like, people need to stop touching me up.
See, that's why you should never be sober when everyone else is drunk, mate. It's the most irritating thing ever.
I love that first. You live by that first line.
Yeah, that's as far as I've gotten.
Yeah. You must never be sober.
So how was rock band night?
Yeah, so just a couple of set lists and that as well.
Set lists?
Yeah, no.
That's a musician.
So we were just everyone sort of having a go at singing. Whoever was singing got to play, pick the songs because it was like you had to sing for it.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Hamish should have been up.
Hamish wouldn't like.
I would have rocked that place.
Yeah. And it was a good night.
They would have had to rename the game Ham Band. Right.
You are the game.
They'll call it Hamstring.
Triple H.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
maybe back in the day with the longer hair, but
yeah, probably.
Oh, well, you're still buffed and on the roids, aren't you? So
oh yeah.
Always juicing.
Like lemons and stuff.
But it was nice
with my big muscles, though, mate.
Right, squeezing them between your
biceps.
But it was nice to like play like you forget like Rock Band is basically like everyone playing karaoke together.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
And it's like, we kept having issues where we all didn't know how to play the game for so long.
It's like you've been in a band again.
Yeah, it was just noise and just clicks and mistakes, and we failed a song like 4 times. It was amazing. Before we went, you know what? Let's just have no fail.
No fail.
And then you have to, especially if like I'm assuming people were having drinks and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
It was a good laugh. It was fun seeing Simon and that as well, because I haven't been back through here to hang out with folk for a while. I blame Hugh for that because he kind of put like that bridge with the toll.
I think he drove you away in
the
first place as well, and then set up a tong.
Yeah. To get that little boy's hole.
So where I live, right, that's the only way in and out of Dumbarton. So I do actually, I've got a wee dom camera.
And you do look like a troll.
Well, no, I don't look like a troll.
Oh, he is a troll, sorry.
You smell like a troll, sorry. I'm
friends with trolls, right?
Associated.
You're an online troll. You're like the only one that's active on Twitter, mate.
I'm not a troll. I'm not actually active anymore because like, it gives me a sore head.
Because you got banned from trolling.
Can't get banned from Twitter now, mate. Like,
really?
No, you can do anything you want. You can't really get banned at all.
Yeah, it's fun.
You can actually, literally be a Nazi.
Oh, we know a few people.
Hey, we
know one particular person.
Yeah. It's scary. So it was a good night. You like it?
That was a good night. Sorry, just that look. I think you both sort of looked at each other and looked at me. I'm like, wait, did I know something here?
That's because you're the voice of reason, and I was just worried, are we going too close to Nazi talk?
It's always end up on the Nazis.
Reel us back in, though.
So, yeah, like, Rock Band still gets updated to this day, because, like, Foo Fighters' new record came out, there's a few other songs from other artists that have came out as well, as of 2023, and I was like, wow, they're still, like, that's good that Harmonix and that are still updating catalogues for like new songs and stuff.
Because Activision just went, new Guitar Hero, dead.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I was going to say, like, I think the world would be a happier place if Harmonix released another Rock Band, but if they're still updating it, then it's next best thing in it. It's
the most live service of games. You don't need new game. You just need new song.
You just need
good words.
Yeah.
I was like, I figured out how I said the first bit, and I'm like, I'm going to keep going. There's a pattern here.
It's obviously with the licenses and that's the only major issue that's there, but I think it'd be great if they had like more robust instruments and that. Yeah. But I mean, you seen what happened the last time, like everyone had their Guitar Hero controllers. Now nobody has their Guitar Hero controllers, or they just don't work. Like one of the first things that me and Angie did, like, where she was like, I'm brilliant at Guitar Hero. I went, oh yeah, well I'm good at Guitar Hero, and she fucking smoked me. It's like, god damn, she is good at Guitar Hero.
She didn't lie, you lied. She
passed
didn't
the
lie.
test.
No, I didn't lie. I just was overconfident. I was like, I could do this. What colours are which? I can't remember.
There was a time when the Guitar Hero like peripherals were worthless. Mm. Like when I was buying and selling a lot of games, like
you get them for like $5 if that.
Yeah, they were people like piling up.
I think I gave you a couple when I was working in Cashies.
But like they would just lie in the spare room, so eventually I just kind of traded them at CX and whatever. See now, by the way, they're not like super expensive, but they're like
certainly rarer.
Yeah, because
so
they broke or people threw them away, especially drum kits. Mm-hmm. Drum kits, like see, because you hit them as well, the sensors would fuck up.
Yeah, like because Simon's got like a MIDI drum kit, a proper one that he would use to play drums on. So that's how he's actually learned how to play drums, was through Rock Band, which is insane.
That's pretty cool.
Because it does, like, you know, once you get to Expert, it actually, or Expert Pro, where you can do double kicks and stuff like that, it's insane the amount of work they put into it for like a video game, essentially.
Do you remember when we played Rock Band in my flat when I first moved in?
Yeah.
And our friend Gareth was on the drums, and instead of just like pushing the double bass pedal or the bass pedal, he was like pure stamping his feet.
Because he was used to like actually playing
like the neighbours were like banging the roof, and I was like, maybe the Rock Band is not a good idea, especially people who like think they're playing an instrument, because the pedals weren't very good either. They'd break quite easy as well.
Yeah, I remember the Guitar Hero one not being particularly good, because we were talking about that as well, and I'm like, it had the stupid wee flimsy cymbals, and I'm sure the snare went like in every single version. People like, snares bust.
Sorry, Activision drove that franchise into the ground as hard as they could, so there's no need to worry about that anymore.
But no, it was a good laugh. We're up to it. 2:00 in the morning just playing as well, and
sounds blissful.
Aye, it was fun catching up with folk and having a good time without Hugh.
We
did miss you, Hamish. We did miss you.
Thanks, man. That was the only downside to my night, was that Hugh was there.
The only time I miss Hamish is when I'm throwing punches when I'm drunk. Like, the guy is the worst.
What do you mean? He's good at dodging?
I've got that bobbing and weaving.
It's a sway he's got. It's a drunken sway.
Drunken monkey style.
Drunken ham.
No, but it's good to hear you had a good time, mate.
Yeah,
I always want to hear you happy.
That almost sounded sincere.
Mate, I'm trying. I'm really trying to be sincere.
Well, you're saying that while you're choking me.
I hope you had a good time, cunt. Like, I'm doing, obviously, a best man speech for my brother, and I'm trying to sound like I'm happy for him. Like,
so even just saying that makes you sound like you're not.
Just the contempt in your happy for him.
Do you know what the crazy thing is, right? It's been around people who any sort of emotional truth is ridiculed. Oh, you happy today? Loser. What are you happy for? What's there to be happy about? And you're like, that's true, I'll never say that again.
At least fiance's there crying.
Let me just repress this.
I'm trying to have that sincere, like, yeah, I actually mean these things I'm saying, and they're nice, they're not mean. I might even try on you. That'll be the big test.
I don't believe you.
I think it'll take a while, you know, like people don't forget all the things that you've said, so
all the beatings.
I didn't beat you. Verbally.
We're going to need to cut that, because, you know, Hugh doesn't want any of that evidence out.
Yeah. I've got a rep.
Tough guy rep.
So, do you know how sometimes we actually game in that? And
Is that it? We're done?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Thanks for everyone.
Just play games this week? No, nobody.
I played Mafia. I'm trying to get through old games, because obviously all the new ones announced and all the new ones, I'm like, I really need to clear some of this backlog.
Mate, I've got 20, 30 years of backlog. Yeah. I'm looking at the SNES going, God, I'm never going to beat all the games on that. I want to.
That doesn't count as a backlog, really.
How?
Because you should have played them when you were wee. That time is gone, mate.
Mate, Mafia came out in like 2007.
This is the remaster, right? Like, and I did play it a while ago.
Using loopholes away.
Yeah.
That's what the Mafia do, mate. He's learning well.
So I just kind of went back in there like halfway through the game, but it's not exactly difficult to keep up with. It's a Mafia game.
Yeah.
Guns and girls and Gabagool. And there's pretty much any Mafia thing in it. So.
And people are walking there.
There's a lot of wise guys there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we get it. I want to quit Call of Duty.
New season starts tomorrow, mate.
Oh, awesome. Actually,
how many days do you think it'll be until we rage quit?
We do it every single night. I actually want to play other games. Like, you've been playing Mafia. Are you playing anything else? Sorry.
No, mate, I've been working. It's annoying because I'm working, but it's like quiet because the weather's so nice here. It's like got up at like 30 degrees
crazy.
Here. So I've just been like researching and stuff like that, reading and that. Like, did you guys know that some crocodiles can grow up to 15 feet? But most of them just get the 4. What do you guys? Any other games?
I think that's the longest silence I've seen for a Hamish bit. Like,
I was going to give you a laugh, and I was like, I'm not giving him that. I'm not letting him have.
One day I'll get you.
That's like that One Direction joke. That's what that's a callback to that.
That's classic, mate.
Dom, have you been playing anything fun?
I've just been playing some arcade games and that. You can neglect the mobile games. I neglect mobile games quite a lot because you get one game usually that you want to play and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like you're currently Hamish with like Marvel Snap.
Yeah, well, I had like Marvel Strike Force. I still play that, not as much. And Ross, friend of the podcast, Ross and I have been playing Marvel Snap.
Yeah,
quite fun. But I'm still like, do I really want to get into mobile games because it's just.
All that gacha, mate. All that gacha.
Yeah.
And I've been stuck sort of in the Dragon Ball Legends game with like its nonsensical story. That
Dragon Ball?
Yeah. It's just nonsensical now. It's got to a point where it's like so absurd.
What do you mean now?
No, like this story itself is an isolated story away from any of the material.
Right, okay.
They created their own like main protagonist called Shinnok, and he's like a
Shinnok?
Is it Shinnok? Shalwok?
Charlotte.
Charlotte,
it's an onion.
Shinnok's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So every saying is named after a vegetable.
And it's him with a saying with amnesia who's got a dark secret past, and then it goes on with a lot of bollocks, and then it's like, here's a guy that kind of looks similar to him, and you're like, I bet that's his twin. And it turns out a year later, it's his twin, and you're like, wow, this is slowly updating, and it's hurting like hell.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, what else can you do on a phone? What other apps can you use on a phone? That
Don't tell him about porn, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, you can do that on your phone? So
that's the only reason that screens are getting bigger and bigger, mate.
So I was just curious, and I went on like some like top apps that. God damn it!
Stop playing.
So I'm not playing. I was using my hands. The reason why I'm using my hands, is because I downloaded Duolingo. And I was like, let me learn some Italian. So that's why my hands, that's why, it's because I'm so passionate.
Show us some Italian. Say some Italian.
I've got, see, the thing is, I can read a wee bit more Italian and I can actually speak it. Because I look at it and the accent doesn't pick up properly.
It's convenient, isn't
so when you say,
a
lot of it's very much similar to Spanish as well, which was like non and no.
It's the Latin languages, yeah.
And gracias. Very much so you're like, oh, okay, it's slightly...
Not grazie.
There's
grazie,
yeah. There's different.
That's you been playing Mafia, mate.
But Yamo.
I know some Italian actually. Like Papa da Boopity.
Slightly racist.
Mate, I was trying to get that in there for about 30-40 seconds. So I was like, I am dying. This is a good bit.
So basically, as soon as Dom mentioned Italian, your mind just went babidi boopity.
Pasta or mia Mario.
I'm making the pizza.
So
so racist.
So I've just been playing that essentially. If that can count as a game,
but you get a wee streak and everything.
Yeah, and the wee bird judges you if you don't show up in time and stuff. Like, oh, you're missing that class, and
mate, he's vicious sometimes.
Yeah,
if you leave it a long time, man, he shows up foot of your bed with a knife. You're gonna learn tomorrow.
You learn some Spanish, comprende?
Wait, how the fuck do you know Spanish? They're Italian.
As I said, they're very similar. But the interface has completely changed from what I remember. See, Rosetta Stone and all these sort of other ones that teach you how to surround yourself in the environment of a language. It's always very much the boy eats the apple, the girl reads a book.
Why can't the girl eat the apple?
Why can't the boy read a book?
Why can't the boy eat a book and the girl read an apple?
That's true.
Can you say that in Italian?
But it's it'll take some time, but I'm going to try keep at it because the reading part I can actually get which is so strange for me because you guys know me as a scholar. I'm always got a book in my hand. But I do always find it difficult to read. So when we were streaming and stuff like that, that's why I always like doing that because of chats, because it's I can actually try to read words and try to understand, but I'll go, what does that word mean?
This is really hard for me not to just start slagging you. I'm trying my best. You can't read them, god damn it.
No, I can't read well. I just get glazy. No, I get glazy eyed and go, this is boring. This isn't Tears of the Kingdom. This isn't Dragon Ball. I get like distracted easily. I need to like figure a way how to laser focus, but Duolingo takes that away from you because you're using your phone and it's like a wee animated bird that dances. So I'm like, yeah, there we go.
God. I was like, don't slag Dom for not reading it. He said, I've always got a book in my hand. And I was like, how do I link this with a porn joke?
Bring it back round. Yeah. There's always got somebody in his hand. There you go.
There we go.
But it's engaging as well, which is so strange for like the newer version of this, because beforehand I always remember it being quite static, everything being quite, this is what it means, this is what the verb is compared to the adjective, and you go, oh, this is just like school. You can make it a bit more engaging and fun.
Like reading a book.
Yeah, like, and it's like, fill in this sentence with this spell and your keyboard will change to Italian or Spanish or Japanese. Like, see the actual way that it teaches you, it's like, I'm learning quite a lot, like Omo and which I think all these other ones, like ragazza, you know, and the inflections you would have. Like, we don't have the different words that will be for the girl,
gender,
the boy, that's like gender specific, which is like, you forget that, like, you know, it's a big world out there and people will use different languages, and you feel, and you know, it always comes back to, we are so spoiled with language. Like, we take English so for granted that everyone else learns that, and we'll be like, oh, we go over to like Spain or anything, go like that, speak English, mate, I just want a pint, and they're like, okay.
That's because as horrible as it is, Britain always won. They were always the one to go, hey, by the way, we won, so you speak into this language now. That's what they said to them.
That's what they say, speak of the new.
Aye, the new, mate. See, we went with Japan, and like, you realise, like, you're like, oh, saying things slower is just not going to work here. They don't, like, they're just like, no, that's not how this works, mate. Like,
yeah. I mean, I generally don't think that as Scottish people, I don't think they're as bad at it, judging on the reaction that I always get from any country I've been to. You know, they always ask, are you English? And I'm like, no, I'm Scottish. I'm like, oh, Scottish, oh, thank God.
But I've got a sigh of relief, like, oh.
But it's like, it's a cliche, but it is true somewhat, where they just get louder and talk slower, and it's like, how is that going to help anybody?
Yeah. We were in McDonald's. And
obviously, look at you, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Zing.
You're so, like, I can't wait until our photos actually go up and they'll see you.
Just Photoshop him on top of Triple H's body. Oh, sorry, he'll Photoshop Triple H's face on his body.
Anyway, McDonald's Rugby World Cup was on at the time, so there was obviously English people in McDonald's. Do you remember this, Dom? Were you there? And there was like this old English woman, and she was screaming milkshake at the top of her lungs. She was like, milkshake! And the guy was just like,
Nani?
He just shaking his head like, that's not working.
Yeah.
Like,
try something new.
Point at it, please.
I just pointing at the menu and she refused to point. I don't know why English people don't like pointing.
I care about talking, man. I'm just pointing at things all the time. I do it here.
He just makes grunts like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
I hate that I've known you long enough that that was basically a whole conversation. I know exactly what you're talking about.
The only downside with it is the word exercises. So when you're trying to...
Whoa. Exercising?
Yeah. Well, you use your mouth, don't worry. Don't need to
we know why Hugh doesn't like it as well.
So again, with the accent, it's quite, you know, you have to basically parrot it, which is...
Like the bird?
Like the bird caca.
Sorry, you continue.
So you actually use a microphone and say it?
Yeah. So which does help with the, like, your ability to try to understand how the language is spoken, but the problem is, like I would say ragazzo, and it'd be like, no, that's not correct. It needs to, like, you need to really roll that R, like, ragazzo, and you're like, and I'm doing this, like, in the middle of in my shop, going, ragazzo, and my boss is looking at me going, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm learning Italian. He's like, oh, okay. There's some customers
in. To work.
Why the fuck have you got time to learn Italian?
Exactly. I was like, come on. But yeah, like, there's plenty of courses that are there, so if you do want to learn, like, a wee language for free, it is more engaging than it used to be, compared to, like, Rosetta Stone and stuff, where, you know, they were always charging an arm and a leg, and this one's free. So, if you want to brush up on your French, or your Spanish, or your Japanese, if you want to be a wee bit cute. But, fair warning for that, I had a wee go of it. Man, Japanese is hard.
Yeah,
man, Japanese is so hard.
Yeah, people go to uni to learn that shit.
Yeah,
like, it's because they've got like 3 different alphabets.
Yeah, kanji, and you've got all the other sort of different.
And each kanji symbol can mean like 5 different things.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of hard to compare the two, but English is very hard to learn for a second language just because it is so fucking ridiculous. Like, no, I'm just saying, like I can empathise with people who want to learn Japanese because or with someone who's wanting to learn English.
Yeah,
it's
true.
like so many words that mean different things and stuff like that. It's a bit
dialects.
It's a bit ridiculous.
And it's also that, like, they read backwards from us. Like, we're right to left and they're left to right, and they start from the back where we start from the front, but then their back is their front and our front is their back.
I'm pretty sure when they read novels, the actual lines go top to bottom.
Yeah.
Because obviously I can't read Japanese, but I've got Japanese books, and like the kanji goes top to bottom, and I'm like, God, it's a different world.
Yeah.
Anyway,
oh, thank you.
Well, yeah, just so we update, just to see like
something useful came out of this podcast.
Yeah,
it's 4 years, and we've got one useful tip.
Right. We had useful tips before.
Don't you point at your cock right now.
Anyway, guys,
yes,
he said useful.
Hamish, how long have we been recording?
Half an hour.
Right, so half an hour I've waited to talk about Final Fantasy 16.
Oh god, that's why I was trying to stall you.
Yeah.
Right, the demo has come out.
Right, build up more on this, mate. Why are you playing Final Fantasy?
So Final Fantasy 15 for me was
No.
I'm going to build it up, mate. I'm building it up. Final Fantasy 15 was a mess, a beautiful, lovely mess, and I loved that game. A few people didn't.
Lots of people didn't.
It got a lot of updates. It was kind of to be fair, the fact that they got that game out at all was a miracle. But anyway, it's been 8 years since that game. 7-8 years since that game came out. This is the almost like a reboot of Final Fantasy because they went to someone different this time, not the usual Katase and stuff. Like, these are Square Enix's main producers for the past 20 years. They went to a guy called Yoshi P, who you're laughing because I said Yoshi, aren't you?
I just had
it's Naoki Yoshida.
I just had an image of Yoshi peeing in my head. So.
That's he was the one that made Final Fantasy 14 the MMO, the biggest MMO. I don't know if it's bigger than WoW, but
it's close to.
There was points where you couldn't sign up for it because it couldn't handle it,
yeah.
and people are saying it's the greatest thing ever. I have never tried it because I don't really want that in my life. You know what I mean? Like,
consume.
Yeah, when you see a bottle of whiskey sometimes, and you're just like, if me and you get together, I'm not getting it.
A dangerous night.
Yeah, that's why I don't play MMOs, especially Final Fantasy. So, been waiting for this forever. The trailers that come out look really, really good, but you're always like, trailers always look good.
Yeah.
Right. See, the opening scene to this game is Ifrit, the fire demon, fighting Phoenix, the kind of fiery bird demon. You know what I'm talking about, right? But like, I complained last week that I've not seen a game that's truly next gen.
Yeah.
That like, I was honestly like, whoa, this looks absolutely amazing.
It's a trailer though, isn't it?
No, this was the game.
This was in the demo.
This is an engine as well, so it didn't go from cutscene to like cut and then game. I went, oh right, cool, that's a cool scene, and I went straight into the game, like from that, and it was pretty cool. It was like a 30-second battle between Ifrit and the Phoenix, and you are the Phoenix, and then I was like, oh, what's going to happen after this? And it kind of cuts, and you go to like a fantasy castle, and you're a guy training with the Lord Commander. Your fairly banal fantasy stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, cool, we'll get into it. The combat is not like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Mm-hmm. It's not got the wee menu at the bottom or in. It's action. So it's more like almost like Devil May Cry. Mm-hmm. Which Hamish is like, all right, cool, end podcast.
I've
already hit stop as soon as
I don't see the blue lines anymore. Just see flat lines.
But it's really kinetic. It flows really well. There's a lot of different powers. If you played 15, you know that they really like this teleporting.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of teleporting in it. There's a little bit of auto battles for you, unlike Devil May Cry. Like, you hit square a few times, it'll leap into the air and do 5 flips and slash.
Looks pretty.
But it looks
just so you look cool.
But there is skill to it as well. Like, I've took a few captures that I need to get off the PlayStation of the end boss battle, And by the end boss, I was actually quite competent at this battle system, and I was doing perfect dodges and firing in. You can stagger enemies in this. Like, I think that's now a staple of Final Fantasy. If you hit them enough, you stagger them. So it's quite impressive, this battle system, but it's not RPG like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not. There's no in this demo. There's no super real depth to it yet.
So it is a demo, so it's only just teasing what's going to come.
And it is a Final Fantasy game, so there's not going to be much depth anyway.
You've never played Final Fantasy?
Yes, I have.
Which one?
15, 7, 8,
How long
10,
for?
2. I don't know, like 10 or 5 hours each.
That's nothing, Hamish. You know it doesn't get good until 150
it doesn't
hours
get
in.
any better.
No, it does. It does. It gets a lot better. 10-2's got a really cool battle system as well. I thought you'd like it.
I'm just poking the bear, mate.
Yeah.
Don't say bells in this podcast.
Anyway, combat system. Really fun. Hopefully it gets a bit more complicated when you play the actual game.
Then you won't be able to figure it out.
I'm gonna continue on.
If you're gonna talk about Final Fantasy and boring stuff, I'm gonna
bring in bells.
It's not boring. The music's really, really good. Obviously, it's not Imatsu that's doing this, or Yoko Shimomura, who did the 15, who's like, she did like Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is somebody completely different, and his name is
quickly checks phone.
Masayoshi Soken.
And still gets it wrong.
Yeah, he did the Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
So it's not a totally different guy.
Yeah, so obviously they've worked together.
Yeah, they've done their stuff. Like, the 14 soundtrack is like insanely long because the game has been going on for, 10 plus years?
It's got like 5 or 6 different expansions now.
Yeah, and it's like, again, one of the most acclaimed multiplayer games online, like, ever.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I think it is...
That's why they gave it to him.
Yeah, they're just like, you know what you're doing with like characters and stories and like ever changing with classes and stuff. Like, see some of the stuff that you hear what 14 Online's like, you're like, oh man, they're really pushing the boundaries with these types of games. Too bad it's on a PC where you have to grind for hours and stuff like that. Or you could basically do with like what WoW does and buy a character and just play straight from those bits and just play the story. I mean, that doesn't stop anyone doing that, but I think it's more fun like working your way up, I guess, and like, hitting, I don't know, is it like frogs and stuff?
I've got time.
It's just the time, isn't it? Like, for any MMO.
The only weird thing about this demo, right, which it's obviously the start of the game as well because the save transfers, the first 2 parts are flashbacks. So I kind of lied or forgot. There's a bit in the middle of that where you are...
You gotta tell us which one it was.
Yeah, I can't remember. Because I only played it last night and I was like enamoured with it. So like, there's a bit where you're the main character older. So, and you're at a scene of a battle, then there's these things called dominants. So, if you've played Final Fantasy, you know what a summon is.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like summons fighting each other.
Yeah.
And it looks fucking insane. So, Titan's there. He's a big
Titan.
Titan, pretty much. And Shiva's there. Looking good, as she always does, Shiva. You know, you see Shiva in these games?
Yeah. Shiva always looks good.
Yeah, Shiva looks great.
Too hot to handle, too cold to...
There's a lot of talk about Shiva. But they start fighting and, like, stuff happens. I don't want to ruin this. I don't want to, like, because it's obviously just out.
Yeah.
But, like, I was trying to stop and look around all the time. I was like, oh, this looks amazing because they're fighting above you.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And then when something happens, then you go back and you're younger you learning how to fight. And then the story progresses to a point where you get to the battle you see in the trailer. Yeah. Or, like, the event you see in the trailer. And it's quite brutal. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? I didn't expect it to go like this.
Yeah, tits up probably, most likely.
Yeah, and that's where the demo stops. But there wasn't a point in this demo where I was like, that's a bit weird, that's a bit weird. It was actually all like, oh, I want to see what's next, I want to see what's next.
Yeah, how it was paced. It was paced incredibly well. And it's, again, like, it's good when you get a teaser trailer that actually teases you rather than going like, here you go, and like it destroys the fundamentals of the game. You're like, oh, this system's too janky, or it's too easy, or it's
too janky. That's the Final Fantasy thing, like, for the last 10 years. It's too janky.
It's too janky.
And I'm pretty sure they used Unreal for this.
Yeah, I think it's Unreal. So is it not the first Unreal attempt? I think either that Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be it.
I want to make sure, because I don't want to be like...
because that's coming out quite soon as well, actually.
Because they made, like, you know what you're talking about.
They made the Luminous engine for Final Fantasy 15 and then used that engine only for one more game, and it was Forsaken.
Yeah.
And supposedly it was very hard to use, but they kind of had to make another game with it to try and get their money back, type thing. Which, I don't know. That sounds like a really terrible plan. Yeah, we'll just say it's Unreal 5, right?
Let's just say we did. Let's say we did research and it was that.
But that's again a good decision. They went with an engine that's well known, well supported.
Yeah,
well optimized.
Well optimized, which you can definitely see in this because there's different options for frame rate and graphics
and stuff like
fidelity. I did notice some chugging. But
that was like obviously when he stopped playing it.
That was me when the screen was black.
When Shiva came up.
Hamish, what does chugging mean? What's the Scottish? That's a Scottish word there.
It's, a moment of self-pleasure.
Yeah.
Self-abuse, mate.
Self-abuse.
Yeah, well, if you're beating it like it owes you money, yeah, but you shouldn't have that death grip on it, Hugh.
Yeah. But seems a medium for chugging along, but
it kind of dropped some frames a couple of times, but nothing like crazy. And it is also a demo, so it's probably going to get an optimization patch at some point as well. Yeah. Being a PS5 exclusive as well, it doesn't have that kind of has to be on 3-4 different consoles.
Yeah, that is what exclusive means. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, exclusive
they can design it for that hardware.
Yeah, give it a couple of weeks after it comes out, and it'll be on on PC. So
I'll be on PC. I'll be on PC 100%. Yeah. Probably will be on X. Well, no, I don't think so. I don't. They may have bought it outright this time, which is kind of shitty. But I can't wait. Like I've got it pre-ordered, obviously. I was always going to play it.
How many times did you pre-order it?
Just the once. Well, I have ordered it digitally, and I have a physical edition coming as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Twice.
So twice. So I lied when I said once.
Lied so nice they named it twice.
I'm really looking forward to getting really stuck in it. I'm going away to see Metallica this weekend in Sweden.
Ooh.
So it comes out on the 22nd. I think I come back on the 22nd. So I'm thinking about taking another extra couple of days off work and just kind of getting stuck into it. But also don't want to blow my load in one go. You know what I mean?
Quickly.
Overchug, yeah.
Overchug. But did any of you play it? No, fuck you guys.
So the reason why I didn't play is because I don't have a PS5 at the moment.
Oh no! Do you know? I totally forgot about that, Dom.
Yeah, but don't worry. There's a game that got announced that I'm like, yep, buying a PlayStation 5 for that.
Announced? I thought you were getting it for Spider-Man 2.
I think that's what he was leading to. That's what he was teasing, mate. And
But what do you mean announced? It's been.
They got a date announced.
Oh, sort of I was like, I can't remember. Fucking
you just chugged me off there.
That's not a surprise. I'm sure how did I know that then? You've said it before.
I've said it before.
There was another demo out. So Final Fantasy 16, buy it. 2 years.
No.
Fuck you, Hamish.
I've got PS5 and I didn't even get the demo.
You should actually just get play the demo, right? It's only about an hour and a half.
Yeah, come back to us next week and we'll review.
You can tell me what you think.
I'm going to be out of commission this weekend, mate. I'm going to see Elton John, but I've got 3 days off.
Right, bring Elton along with you. He would have a good game.
Elton loves Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but I love that Shiva. He wrote a song about it. Ask Queen. Yes, here you go. Right, got the chorus.
Lies of P.
I don't even need to go to the show now. That was spot on, wasn't it?
I actually thought Elton was in the room.
Poor bastard.
Lies of P.
Lies of P demo also came out. Lies of P is the Pinocchio-like.
Yeah, well, it's based on The Adventures of Pinocchio, the original novel.
Yeah.
Dom will have read it because it's, Italian, obviously.
Well, not with this nose. Have you read it? Yes.
Elton John isn't in the room, but Pinocchio is.
It's a Souls-like game, which I actually didn't know much about Lies of P until I started playing it, and then as soon as I saw the menus and the way the character moved, I was like, fucking hate this already. I don't hate it, but I find Souls games extremely boring.
It's not your style of game.
It's not. It's very
too much kind of talent.
Talent of pressing block or dodge
at the right time.
Yeah, timing is a big thing. When we were going back to Rock Band and Guitar Hero, remember the amount of times that Hugh would just get really frustrated. Yeah. It's I'm hitting green.
Yeah. I got to the point where we just unplugged his controller and just, like you do when you're your wee brother. You know what I mean? That's you. They're on the screen. It's like single player game.
You guys funnier when you make stuff up.
No, we're always funny.
There you go again. Anyway, Lies of P. I didn't enjoy it, mostly because I don't enjoy that type of game, but that's pretty well known now. It was atmospheric.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I like this. It reminded me of Yarum, see from Bloodborne and stuff, like that kind of old English kind of one. And I think it's more that people are they're starving for Bloodborne 2, because as much as the Soul games are great, you can only be a knight in a castle or something like similar like that. You want something a bit different and different weapons and different job styles and that as well, where you're sort of this could be like, you know, the way that you can choose your own story of like depending on what Pinocchio does. Like,
yeah, so it's got like a lying system in it because obviously you're a puppet technically, but you're a special puppet.
A special.
Puppets aren't able to lie, but he can. And then you do need to lie, like, to get into the hotel, which I think is going to be like your base of operations kind of thing. Just you need to say that you're a human because they don't let puppets in.
No.
But basically, it will change the course of the story, and there's like 3 endings that you can get depending on how much you've lied. So
yeah, I don't remember any Souls games having like multiple endings either. I can't, to my knowledge, I don't think there's
never got to the end of
one. But yeah, it could be. You know, a lot of people could see this as like game of the year if it's anything close to like
Elden Ring
and stuff. Like, you know, a lot of people jumped on that train, but you don't know it's not the same guys doing that, is it? It's
it's definitely not.
The thing is, it's like
it did feel a bit like stiff when I was playing it. I was like, even on like the performance mode for it as well, it felt a bit slow and like heavy, which is not unfamiliar for like those types of games, but then maybe because of the sword I picked at the start, it kind of maybe made it feel more heavy. But,
you can go like strength or dexterity or like balanced kind of thing, but I think those games do have that kind of feel to them with the movement and stuff like that.
This game was developed by Neo, as a South Korean developer.
Yeah, I know, mate. I made a TikTok about it.
Yeah, you remember? If you've not seen it on our TikTok, at Patches In.
I can't actually listen to Hamish.
I could do a podcast with him.
I'm actually listening to myself.
Right, there we go.
He's got his earphones in. He knows what I'm going to say because we've been friends for too long. So.
Blah blah blah. Drinking, I'm drunk. Blah blah blah. Assassin's Creed. Blah blah blah. I don't like Japan.
I've never said I don't like Japan.
When's it ever?
I just don't like you bringing it up every single fucking day.
Alright, I don't like Japan, but there we go. That's you may as well not said the stuff before.
Japan butt's fine.
Everyone likes Japan butts, especially in fishnets.
Bit on the smaller side, but you know, like
Lies of P.
Lies of P. Yeah, I think you would need to be a Songs Like fan to enjoy it. Obviously, otherwise you're not going to get very far.
Or a Pinocchio fan.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that going to be on Game Pass? I have this.
Yes, it's on Game Pass.
Is it on Game Pass? Yeah. I had this like memory of hearing it's on Game Pass. Are you going to play it?
Yeah.
Like Wolong. Wolong is one of the Souls like.
That was crap. I didn't like that at all. Nothing to do with Japan.
I'll play it on Game Pass and that. They've like obviously there's a lot more games that are coming to Game Pass. They've talked about it.
We'll get to them.
Yeah, we'll get to them. And yeah, you know, I did enjoy my time there with it. It was maybe 15-20 minutes a game. Really, if you're like looking at stuff. I mean, I was too busy looking at textures and stuff, going like, "Ooh, this looks nice."
Yeah, you actually do get quite a lot in the demo.
Yeah,
it's I got through, and then you get like a boss fight, and then you go to the wee place, and then you can go further than that. I didn't want to play it for ages because I was like, if I do decide to play this,
I don't want to spoil.
I hate. Well, it's not even just that. I hate having to go through all the things I've already fucking done. Like,
is there no save transfer?
No, I don't remember.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Yeah, it'll be 2 different things, won't it? Like they never did that cool thing at Final Fantasy 16 did.
But I will probably play it. Whether I complete it, I don't know, because I do get bored of those games eventually, and there's so many games coming out that I just know I'm gonna.
We're just about to talk about more on.
Are we?
I know. I was leading up to it.
Xbox Showcase. I'm actually just announcing parts of the podcast now, by the way. Thanks, Tom. Fuck you, Hamish.
That was a news sound.
This is news?
Is it?
Guys.
Tell us then.
Did either of you think when you saw Richard Iodi?
Doesn't sound like news.
TV?
That sounds like a question to me.
Well, it's
news is.
It's a discussion. It's editorialising. Did you think when you saw Richard Iodi that this is Fable? No. I don't know how to say his name here. I mean, should we wanted to
Richard Iodi?
Iodi.
If you wanted me to say it properly, you should have fucking told me.
I think I kind of had a feeling because it was very Fable style, like the graphics and stuff like that. It looked like a new Fable thing, but I wasn't 100% sure until
obviously
like seeing the sword getting picked up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But interesting choice.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Quintessential English, isn't it?
I think it's basically feeling like they can't really go for like a Stephen Fry because they've already had Stephen Fry in it. Who else have had celebrity-wise that have done like big bits? I know like Jonathan Ross was in a
a lot of British like TV comedy people have been in Fable because of is it Lionhead and
Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, Peter Molyneux is not involved, so this game actually might do what it
says it's going to do.
It might come out and stay out.
Yeah,
they got Fable Heroes or whatever it was called.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Oh my god, remember it?
But was it Phil Spencer that said, "Oh, we're taking it's going to be Fable and but modern."
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people got really nervous about him saying that because maybe he was going to add in like a live service or thing, but I think he just meant it's a more modern style gameplay graphics. I think people are just really fucking paranoid about people going, "Hey, do you like this franchise? Here's something you don't like to be added to."
I mean, also like as you say, it's not got Peter Molyneux involved with it, but he was the quintessential
liar.
Well, yeah, liar. He was a nicer way to put it. Like,
he was Todd Howard before Todd Howard, basically.
He overpromise and underdeliver every time. You know what I mean? Which I don't think was
promised nothing and delivers us less is my favourite term.
I don't think it was his fault though. I think he genuinely wanted to put all these things that he would mention in his games, but he was limited by technology and stuff like that, but his scope was just too large. You know what I mean?
I kind of get that. I've never actually played a Fable game.
What?
Never. It's one of those blind spots I've got.
That's insane, man.
I know, and I have Fable Anniversary 2 and 3 sitting on the Xbox.
They're on Game Pass as well.
And I've went to Fable Anniversary a few times and went, well, I should play through them. And then I'm like, I'll get to it eventually.
I played through Anniversary fairly recently.
Yeah, I think Angie played through Fable 2 because, like, I think that's the reason why, like, you started up because Angie was talking about it. I was like, because I sat and watched her play it, and I'm going, oh man, I do miss the comedy bits and the dialogue, the unique dialogue that they have in them as well. There's also like the like scary bits and stuff that were there as well, like that one house that you walk up to in Fable 2.
Yeah,
and like, oh, that's still I still remember when I played that bit and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah. I think you'll have lost a wee bit of the magic because at the time it was incredible, but they're still brilliant games.
Yeah, I'm quite good at knowing when like when I play an older game, this would have been really good when I was back in the day. But like, I do want to play Anniversary in 2 at least, because I've heard 3 isn't the best.
Again, it was more just it was promising loads, but it's another Fable game, which sounds that doesn't make it sound very good, but it's more of the same. But that's not a bad thing.
I'm really hoping that how we've waited 3-4 years now on like Xbox exclusives, close to 5. That they've given them all this time to polish it, and actually they've seen every reaction to bad decisions made by other companies that they go, let's steer clear.
Let's change your course a wee bit. Yeah.
So obviously I didn't see any gameplay, but I'm assuming it's going to be third person action adventure.
I think it's not going to stray too far from. Well, having said that, though, there was that. I'm sure was it Fable Heroes that was the first person one.
I don't know.
There was only like a demo out for that, and then it got canned. But
because there was the one that was on the Kinect and stuff as well, like the Unreal shooter. And then,
But no, I think third person. I think they'll go back to their kind of roots.
Yeah, because was it not like a Diablo clone? Really, they were trying to go for like a 4v4 kind of.
Well, there was.
I remember there
was
just
a couple
not
because there was a wee weird arcade one as well.
Yeah, it was very bizarre, but yeah.
But the reaction to it was your reaction to it was good.
Yes, my reaction to it was like it's nice to see the Fable franchise get a serious look in for it and keeping that British humour. You just go, okay, you've seen maybe a little bit of gameplay when she was like throwing some magic and like using a sword, but you're like, right, let's just take the foot off the accelerator now and just see. Let's just drift.
See where it goes.
Just go for a wee glide. Let's go see what's happening.
So, do you know who made this game? Or
Microsoft?
Probably a bunch of people, mate.
Those guys.
Takes quite a long
the developer. Do you know the developer of this game?
David Spade.
It's Playground Games. Tom, do you know what they also make?
Like slides and swings.
All of David Spade's movies.
Forza Horizon.
Do they?
Yeah, they made Forza Horizon.
Funny enough, do you know that there's a new Forza coming out as well?
Yeah, Tom, it's in the list, Dom.
Is it?
Don't get mad at him just for perfectly segueing into another game.
But this is the thing, like, it was too good a segue.
You were just jealous that you didn't come up with it?
Well, no.
That's what it sounds like. Well done, Tom.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's nice to be thanked for things. Anyway, sorry, you.
So it's the only time I've actually organised my thoughts and you're just giving me shit for it.
The only time?
It doesn't sound organised. It sounds pretty ham-fisted, to be honest.
No, you're ham-fisted.
And Ham knows all about fisting.
Double ham-fisted.
Goes in with his whole hand.
We actually saw Avowed at this event,
yep.
Which has been, people have been waiting for that shit for ages.
Mm.
That's Obsidian that's making that.
Obsidian.
What do you mean? Whoa.
Obsidian.
Name an Obsidian miss.
What's the last one that they just did?
Outer Worlds?
Is Outer Worlds?
See?
Oh, wait, hold on. Am I thinking of
guy.
Sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong company. Sorry. I'm thinking the guys that did Bullet, Deathloop and stuff.
Oh, that's Arcane.
Arcane, sorry. Wrong company. Sorry.
How dare you?
I mean, similar kind of.
Yeah, sorry, similar kind
not
of.
Similar.
No, first person kind of. Sorry, like
first person. All the first person games are the same, mate.
Yeah, most of them.
I didn't really know anything about Avowed. I kind of must have missed whatever announcements were before because I thought Obsidian were going to make another. They are making another Outer Worlds, and they're making supposedly Fallout New Vegas 2.
Yep, I've heard that as rumored.
So. This kind of looks like a more colourful Skyrim to me when I was looking at it.
It looks nice. I like the idea of it. I've always liked these kind of games, but I don't think they've shown much of it before because I don't remember it, so I think it's maybe flown under the radar a wee bit, maybe until they had more to show.
Yeah.
Or we're just really bad at what we do.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a thing that could be true. Because I couldn't get even that sentence out. But I quite like to look at except the mutant bears.
Yeah,
I wasn't into that. I don't like bears. Yeah. But
never mind mutant ones.
Hamish, Cyberpunk's DLC.
Yeah.
Phantom Liberty. What did they do? Did you watch the showcase?
Some of it.
Did you see Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
What was up with his voice?
I don't know.
It was weird. I don't know if they did effects to it or something like that. It was just.
I thought he was a bit hoarse.
No,
I think he just maybe was a wee bit under the weather or something like that.
Phone him and see what's up with him.
I'll do. Yeah.
Did you? I have read a lot that they've almost completely remade this game. Like
there's been a lot of updates. It's like they've been doing that consistently, and then when was it Night Runners the anime?
Yeah.
Like
no, Edge Runners.
Edge Runners, yeah. Night Runner, that's a totally different game.
Yeah.
We really are bad at this. When Edge Runners came out, they had like a massive update, Edge Runners update and stuff like that with loads of new things and stuff like that. I was actually going to get back into it, Cyberpunk.
You're going to watch the anime?
Yeah, I will do. Yeah.
You fucking better.
I will.
I
said I will. Right?
It's only 10 episodes.
That's a lot for me, mate.
It's literally 3 hours.
Busy man.
3 hours, Hamish?
Yep. Got things on.
No, you don't. I'm with you a lot of the time.
But anyway, so I'm just going to be like, I'm going to put this anime on.
Next time we are just sitting together, I'm putting it on.
That's fine. I can leave.
You never do.
No, I will watch it. But anyway, no, I was very excited to see this. Obviously, I'm a Cyberpunk fan, no matter what they did to me.
Big Idris is in this. Big
Idris, mate. Like,
Knuckles himself.
Yeah, Knuckles is in this game.
I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but I was hanging out with my friend Raymond, and he was watching a show or a movie or something like that, and he was like, "Oh, that guy's in it." That guy, what's his name? Handsome English actor. And I was like, Idris Elba? And he's like, yes.
He was already thinking about him. He was just going, it's either Idris Elba or Henry Cavill. I'm going to hit.
I've got 50-50. It's fine, yeah.
What they showed looked really cool. And I really, like I'm going to fit Cyberpunk in at some point this year. Between maybe October and December. I might actually start playing it when the DLC comes out.
No, not
There's
October.
Way too many games coming out in September.
There's too many games coming out in October as well.
I know, because they just, we're going to talk about that game later. And I wasn't interested in it, and then I saw, what was it? What they showed?
Are we teased?
I know, I'm teasing.
That one later.
But, yeah. Actually, what they're showing in the updates to that game, they have No Man's Skied it. They brought it back.
I mean, I know, some of the best DLC that I have ever played was Witcher 3. I know I always talk about Witcher 3, but not just myself, but a lot of people were saying each one of those DLCs could have been a standalone game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and obviously they did have issues with Cyberpunk, but CD Projekt Red do know how to make a DLC, in my opinion.
This last podcast, look at us, references, we were talking about how bad games can come from good developers. And I think this shows the stories about the management of Cyberpunk was true. Because if you give those developers tools and time, they're going to make you something fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But if you don't give them the time,
they're mismanaged.
Or you keep changing the tool set like they did with Cyberpunk, you're going to get something that came out like Cyberpunk. So, they've now made the game that probably should have come out 4 years ago. 3 years ago, I want to say.
A while ago.
2020?
I drank a lot around that time when it came
out.
No,
it must have been before 2020. 2019?
I don't think so.
Because I don't think the PS5 or the Xbox Series.
It's like,
I don't know.
I'm sure it's 2077, mate.
No, the PS5 was out, so I think it was maybe in 2020, 2021. I can't actually remember because time is a flat circle,
just like the Earth.
Yeah, correct. Though. When is it, Hamish?
2020.
Well,
told you it wasn't.
I don't remember that year. That's Gaslight year.
Yeah,
Gaslight.
Did you see the Compulsion games? The South of Midnight. The cool wee trailer. Guy playing the guitar. Girl walks up, and then the monster comes out of the swamp.
Oh yeah.
With the kind of cool animation, kind of look like claymation a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah.
So Compulsion made We Happy Few.
That's why it kind of had that.
Yeah,
it's not like
so
good name.
That game didn't have a big budget.
No,
and had to be kind of.
But it was very hyped up.
It was because it was an Xbox game.
Yeah, it's an Xbox. And people.
What's that? Procedurally generated. It had to be. I can't.
Procedurally generated.
Thanks, Hamish. So there was a lot of bugs in that game.
Yeah, there's always going to be issues with that.
Now, hopefully, with budget and time, a bit of talent, it looked good. That animation looked cool.
It's wild that all you need to do with these games is give it some time. Let them cook.
Let them cook.
Let them cook.
I'm such an old memer, man. I'm right into Let Them Cook now, and Let Them Cook was 6 months ago, innit?
Do you know the thing is, do you know what made me feel really old? I don't know if you guys heard this challenge.
Did you look in the mirror?
Yeah, look in the mirror.
I was going to say it, and I thought, that's dumb. I shouldn't have said that.
No, I'm dumb.
That's dumb. Sorry.
So, it was a TikTok challenge that people were doing where it was drinking a bottle of Sprite without burping.
Oh yeah.
I only found out about that today, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah,
I thought it was the funniest thing. I was in tears.
People were dying trying to do
it. It's spicy. I was this is amazing.
There's one that's two lassies in a car. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then the pure wee lassie as well, and she's and then just this demon is brought forth from her stomach. It's hilarious.
You're filling your body with gas.
But yeah, definitely old meals, man. If I'm in tears at this, and they're
hey, at least you didn't call it the TikTok. You weren't on the TikTok. So
the TikTok, the Facebook.
It can always be worse.
New Forza coming October.
Yeah,
looks great.
Cars in it. Looks great. Yeah. Obviously, it looks great. They always look great.
Yeah.
Someone said, I think I was watching a live stream, and someone said, "Oh, I might buy a wheel for this one," and I was thinking that's a cool idea. Actually, I've never thought about a fucking wheel since the PlayStation 1.
Gran Turismo and stuff.
For a driving game.
No, because I think
imagine that Final Fantasy 16.
15 when you had the car.
Oh, see, perfect.
But wheels came into fashion, home arcade wheels came into fashion PS1 for Colin McRae and V Rally.
Gran Turismo and stuff. I remember getting one for them as well.
Yeah, but they were a wee bit of a kind of
hindrance.
Yeah,
they didn't have any force feedback. I didn't like that. They were kind of because I got it for Colin McRae
and a bit of a fad as well.
Yes, and they weren't well made either. But now you get ones that are pure professional. They've got force feedback. You've got a frame for it, so it can actually sit like a car.
Yeah.
I need another, thing to buy, Hamish.
Yeah,
you need another room.
I do actually have room. Forza looks really good.
Yeah,
glad for the people like Forza.
I mean, I played the last one and I really enjoyed that. Again, I wouldn't have played that game if it wasn't for demoing and work. Because I
it looks amazing.
Really it's another game we get it on Game Pass, so
yeah.
It's Forza's one of them games that comes out and it's a banger every time. It's 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and everyone's cool, Forza's 10 out of 10 again, cool, and then you just kind of act like it's nonchalant, it's amazing still. And then on GT, Gran Turismo, a new one comes out, wow, this is fucking great. And you're no, but Forza's still amazing over here. And they're we know Forza's amazing, but GT came out and it's not a mess.
It's a different type of game though.
They're both simulations, aren't they?
Well, Forza's more arcadey than simulation.
I thought Horizon was the arcade one. Or was that just the crazy one?
Aye, but that gets even more arcadey. But
yeah, I would say it's the Gran Turismo is more you can tune your vehicle up to a part where it's feels like a real car.
Aye,
you can again. That's why they've made the movie or TV series of Gran Turismo, where it's based on a guy that spent most of his time driving those games, and they put him in an actual car, and he was like, "Oh, that's where they became like a champion."
It's Gran Turismo, like you could get set up in one of those frames for people to train race car driving and stuff like that. That's the level of kind of simulation.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo is.
I was thinking, what was that other one? Project Cars, because that's the one we used. See, we went to the VR.
Remember Gotham Racing, Project Gotham?
Yeah, that was a good game. Anyway, that's not part of the showcase, Tom.
Is it not?
Did you see Clockwork Revolution?
Yeah, BioShock.
Mate, I
part
thought
2.
that instantly. I was like, why does this look and feel like BioShock?
Yeah.
I was expecting the name to come up, then a BioShock story or whatever it was.
Yeah.
He walked by.
And what I didn't like,
looked like a Big Daddy. Well,
and what I like is that they just done the twist right away. And I was like, oh, you can time travel. Thanks.
Okay, cool.
Let's go back and stop it from happening. Oh no, we made things worse. It was like, okay.
Because that's never been done before.
That's never been done well, is it?
But, like, do you like the look of it?
I mean, yeah, like, not massively. You were saying it looks very Atomic Heart.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, Atomic Heart obviously wanted to be BioShock.
Yeah. I mean, and I wasn't a big fan of Atomic Heart. Like,
No.
it looked nice and stuff like that, but I played it for a couple hours. It just was not grabbing me at all.
Yeah, I ended up deleting it after maybe 5 hours. I was like, I'm not really feeling this either. Felt very samey.
Yeah,
Right,
it just didn't have the heart that BioShock did.
I'm going to tell you some of the games that this developer's made in Exile.
Okay.
And it's like The Bard's Tale,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wasteland,
All right. Okay.
2 and 3, Torment, Ties of Numenera.
Yeah.
Numenera.
Numeria.
The Bard's Tale, and they had a game called Heist that was cancelled. But, like, this is a weird one for
You
them.
got caught, that's why.
This is a weird one for I like that. This is a weird one for them to, like, jump to, like a BioShock
Quite a different
type game.
A different style from all of those games.
I probably still play it because I love BioShock Infinite. I know it had its like
Dumb story.
Yeah, fucking really stupid story. And they're like, oh, we got all these lighthouses, and you're like, what? Like, and then there was a bird that came down that you should have got a chance to fight.
Mate,
or play as.
we've been talking about
No, Hugh says the same thing every fucking time. Like,
It's frustrating because
it was cut, wasn't it?
I know it was cut, and it was not fair because you could tell where it was going to be, and it was like, nah, the Metal Gear Solid 5 our ass, and went, nah. None of this. You're not having a fun mission here. You're not fighting a giant robot. Fuck you. And you're like, oh, okay.
Right. Also, I think this just shows that how much people are wanting another BioShock. Because everyone's went, BioShock? Oh, not BioShock. Oh, why not BioShock?
I mean, because they're already doing, like, is it System Shock 1 and 2 is still in early development remake for these two?
System Shock came out.
System Shock, the remake, the remaster, remake, whatever they
The
want
first
to call
one's came out.
That's
So the second one is, like, that's the most famous one. Is the
the second one was the big one that
System
they say
Shock 2.
influenced, like, loads of games of these days.
That's where BioShock kind of got a lot of its influence from.
Yeah. I think it's Ken Levine. Has he worked on both of them? Anyway, there's a new Xbox Series S coming, lads. It's black.
Yeah,
and has
1
a terabyte.
terabyte, yeah.
Cool.
Which still, to me, doesn't seem like enough.
I've only got a terabyte. Well, no, that's a lie. I've got a 6
You've got an
terabyte
external,
drive for my external stuff.
But the
But
thing
I
is,
had that with my series, my 1X.
Yeah,
but like, how often do you install a game these days and it says needs to be on your internal if it's not like an SSD external? You know what I mean?
If it's Halo and Call of Duty, you've basically got maybe another game on there.
Yeah,
Like-
that's what I mean. Like, a terabyte still doesn't seem like enough.
You can get the removable storage, but it's like £200.
So why bother buying a bigger internal one? You know what I mean? Like, if you can just put more in it.
Oh no, but
external
the
one.
external one's £200 for a terabyte.
I know.
Whether
I'm
you
just saying,
put
like,
it in your console.
it's a step in the right direction, but and obviously
Yeah.
they want to keep costs down, so they're not going to put like a 2 terabyte in it. But
It's crazy, isn't it?
games are just getting bigger and bigger these days. So
I know. I wish Activision would just fucking stop.
I mean, obviously the thing is, internet's generally getting better everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Except Ross's house.
yeah, so you can,
Poor Ross.
you know, it's easier to just like, oh well, done with that game, delete that, install that one. But it's still, it's not really.
They don't want some of your disk space, they want all of it.
Yeah. Do you know what? There's theories, and they're probably half right that Call of Duty is so big because it does not want you to install Destiny. It doesn't want you to install Halo. It doesn't. They want to be the main game on your hard drive.
Well, I don't believe that because they let you choose which parts of the game you install.
They
wouldn't do that.
Sometimes, and they also do things like you have to install it, then uninstall parts.
Yeah, so you have to have that.
So you'd need to uninstall a different game.
Yeah, it's a pain in the fucking ass.
That is definitely, again, like, would it surprise you
conspiracy
if Activision said that they did do that? Would you be like, Oh, I'm shocked.
No, I definitely wouldn't, but I just don't think it's...
I'm not shocked by anything they do.
Nah, well...
Apart from their shocking prices.
Yeah.
Hugh, what's our ad sponsor right now for Activision? Go do it, ad read.
An ad read for Activision? Hey, do you want to hate your life and your friends? You want to play Call of Duty?
I already do, mate.
Do you want to actually hate every moment you game and curse the day you spent £70 on a game you don't like?
Boy, do I.
Call of Duty is a game for you.
Wow. Where can I get it?
Literally everywhere.
and seen. There we go. Activision, give us some money.
Hold on, guys. I'm going on my phone. That was really good. I'm going to buy Call of Duty again.
Mate,
I would convince one person.
I know that see when I go home tonight, I'll think I could jump on for the game, and I don't want to, but it's like crack Hamish.
Yeah. Just you always need to come back for more.
And I think I'm quite good at the game.
New season tomorrow, Hugh.
I'm not playing it here.
crack daddy.
Oh, we're on to some bigger games now. Okay. Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, looks pretty cool. First open world Star Wars game.
Yeah.
I like how you...
Apparently.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking, is Knights of the Old Republic classed as open world?
Well, again, that's like going to different worlds, going to different planets, which is apparently not
open world game.
Open world game, which
because Mass Effect 3, that's not open world game.
Again, going to different systems, so technically that's not an open world game, using your logic, Hugh.
Well, I think that's using their logic.
Yeah. So
anyway,
I think it's
but it looks good because
pedantic.
I think it looks like you can seamlessly go from being on a planet to fighting in space to going to hyperspace.
Oh, so different levels, so it's not open world then?
No, but it's seamless, Hamish. It's seamless. So you don't have to go into an area and it loads.
That's not open world.
Do you? Well, you have to look. Why are you arguing with me? I don't make the claim. I'm just trying to explain what they said. You're the one arguing. Why didn't you fucking text message Ubisoft? Fucking phone Ubisoft now.
He's so easy to get annoyed, isn't he?
Is this Ubi's first Star Wars game?
No.
Since LucasArts came back into it?
Yes.
Right, okay.
let him finish.
Because again, because LucasArts kind of died in its arse when EA...
Which was a shame.
Yeah, because they had 1313 planned and all these sort of like interesting Star Wars games, and then they went, nope.
Yeah. Battlefront.
Let's do Battlefront. Reboot Battlefront and fucking piss off everybody.
Yeah, they did that. I think this has been in development for a while, but I think LucasArts came back to be the controller of the license and not the developer anymore. So like they said, oh EA, you make us games. 10 years later we've got 2 pretty good Battlefront games.
A whole lot of controversy.
I say at the time, like 1 good Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
What else did they put out? Nothing. Literally nothing.
I think they had a mobile game.
Yeah, well, good for them. So they kind of messed.
So much venom there. Sorry.
At a time where new films were coming out, when you were expecting games to come
to go along with it,
there was nothing.
Yeah,
and then there was controversy as well.
Do you know? It probably would have helped if they did release games alongside there. Like they could have expanded on like Rey's story or Finn and do anything like that. But they kind of went.
John Boyega ain't come back, man.
Yeah,
that guy hates it. Also hates Star Wars fans.
Daisy is.
Well, she got to do.
She did that 12 minutes game.
Well, she got to do though. That was a trash game.
She'd probably get loads of acting opportunities, I would imagine.
She did that movie with Tom Holland that got canned.
What movie was that?
It was the one that got shelved and it says, please don't release this will destroy her career.
And they made Rise of
Was that a porn?
May as well have been. If I ever said they're destroying their careers.
So,
but yeah, like...
What's that wee alien thing that looks like an axolotl, Hugh? What's that all about in the Star Wars game?
I will find out for you, Hamish.
That's what I want to know. That's the only thing I'm interested in.
Was it cute, wasn't it? Like,
it was pretty cute, yeah.
They always this in Star Wars. They always fucking bring you in with the cute wee cuddly things.
They need something, yeah.
I don't know what it is.
A BB-8 or R2-D2.
Ewoks, even back in the day.
Jabba the Hutt. You know.
So this is meant to be like a heist story as well. Like they're all meant to be Han Solos.
Yeah. So it's basically like a Rick and Morty episode, Space Heist thing.
So it's like Han Groupie.
Yeah, well, pretty much. And then you've got what Twitter are calling
Hang Bang.
Twitter have already sexualized that robot.
Yeah,
it didn't take him long, did it?
No, almost instantly, Daddy Robot. He was getting called and stuff like that. Like,
I mean, that happens like with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, like Rule 34 and Tumblr and stuff.
What's that?
It's like where you take the Rule 3 and 4 and put them together. 34.
Do you know why I love
not Rule 7?
Looking at who makes the games that we're talking about, right? Because I get surprised, right? So
with like the other things that they've made.
Yeah. It's Massive Entertainment has made this.
Oh yeah.
What else have they made?
massive games.
Well, technically, they made the Division 2.
Yeah, good.
And then the other one's World and Conflict. They're like PC games. Just Dance Now for the Android, iOS ties.
For the Android.
For the Android.
God, is this
on the TikTok?
Do you think there's going to be another? Remember that Kinect Star Wars game where you could dance?
I hope no. They got humiliated with that. I don't go. Fucking
I still hear that song because obviously it was like Star Wars versions of all the songs, and riding solo.
Yeah,
like, I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I was like, oh god.
I honestly thought that is what the song was for the longest time, and then I heard it. I can't remember where I heard it. I was like, why is this not singing Han Solo? I was like, oh no, that was for the Kinect game.
So it's set between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, which is a pretty interesting part of the story to look at. The Empire's still pretty.
Although we won't see Han Solo then, he'll be all carbonated.
He'll be carbonated up.
Mm-hmm.
But
I see a cameo of him, like just as at a fridge store. But.
Have you seen the actual gameplay for it?
No, I don't think so.
So
I saw a wee bit and wee speeder and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you could do speeder, you could do space battles, you could do hand to hand. But there was a part where
I use both moving your microphones.
My legs really sore and I had to stretch out. Sorry.
I was just moving it there because I was like, I don't.
You just saw Hugh doing it and you were like,
I want to be part of this. Hamish gets to touch his mic all the time.
No, also my mic stand's going to fall over if I let go.
What's the gameplay like? Anyway?
There's a part where she's talking to someone she's trying to make a deal with, and there's an Empire person there.
The Empire Biscuit. There we are.
Empire officer.
Empire Penguin?
Was there? No.
They're pretty cool though.
They are cool. Tallest penguins you get, actually.
Oh, interesting.
So I mean, you could probably put one in a cloak and be like, that's just a wee alien in a cloak.
It's such a shame they're like not a flightless bird, you know, like see that it's a shame like
I mean, they're not a flightless bird if they go into a starship, to be fair.
That's true.
You put an Emperor Penguin
on
a Millennium Falcon and that's a flight.
Yeah, that's a bird on bird action.
There's a point.
Can you get an Empire Penguin with an Empire Biscuit on the Aluminum Falcon?
Yeah, and the Emperor obviously wants it. That's his. Yeah,
he's done. He's finished. He's finished.
Get me a penguin.
Biscuits.
Get me it.
I wish I was editing this one. Do it. Oh, that's it.
Yes.
No, this is gold.
Hugh, what are you talking about?
Hey, so what else is the gameplay
There's
like?
There's a part
Could
where
we get
she
back
makes
to
a
the
decision.
fucking gameplay, Hugh?
There's a decision whether to bribe the Empire officer or not bribe. The person playing the game decides to not bribe and it starts a chase with the Empire. So, I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. There could be decisions like, oh, if you bribe them, you get away, but you're also like put on like a tracking list or whatever. Like, it sounds pretty cool. Game looks pretty good. Don't trust Ubisoft, so we'll see if it's any good.
But again, this is something I say all the time. I like games where you make choices and it makes a difference. So
it gives you more involved and stuff like it as well. Like it means more
invested, and
But the problem is when it does that, it can also disappoint you more. Where you can be like,
real life.
Also, when like I'm a pure completionist, so I'm like, but I want to know what happens if I say that.
Yeah,
but I also want to know what happens if I do that.
Right, guys, have we got 30 friends?
I do.
I don't.
Real friends, Hamish.
Real friends, yeah.
Not on your Facebook list.
Well, there's three. Like, if there's 3 people here, you could see maybe another 10 if you like. He really focuses.
Right.
Okay,
so
that's not 30 though.
The studio Thunder Lotus, cool name, has a raid-focused action game called 33 Immortals. It's a 33 players co-op game.
What a strange number.
It is a strange number, and also hard to say it's going to be easy to play.
Yeah, we struggle to get like 4 of us onto Call of Duty.
So it's obviously going to be drop in.
Yeah, no, of course. I just mean like, but you would generally with co-op games, you want to play with people that you know, people you can talk to and stuff like that.
Looks pretty cool. It's going to be on Game Pass, so we'll probably try it at the time. But it's obviously one of them games that was on the showcase. You're like, oh, cool, move on, please.
Yeah, imagine you come up against a team of 33 actual pals talking to each other and fucking coordinating. You'd have no chance.
No, that wouldn't be us anyway if we had 33 pals.
No,
we can't coordinate at all. Payday 3.
Yeah,
I was surprised at that. Like, I thought the Payday series was kind of. Like,
it's been quite a while since ones came out.
Yeah, and it's been like I thought they were in controversy as well with like the monetization of Payday 2 and stuff.
The developers are cunts.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh, okay, alright, but fair fucks to them. I know Payday 3's coming to Game Pass right away as day one as well.
Yeah.
Yep,
I liked it.
September 21st. I never played one.
I mean, not.
Nah.
Why did you say they were shite then?
Because I did a prejudge.
Well, honestly, like
I'm being honest.
that was actually one of those games that years and years ago, you guys probably won't remember, but I tried to get like the three of us and friend of the podcast Ross to play because I thought 4-player co-op, pretty fun wee shooter and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's very like Kane and Lynch kind of style, but with an extra two people.
You're just heisting.
Yeah, you just have a heist.
But it could have been good. I'm just being a dick.
You prejudge, so.
Anyway, on to something Hamish doesn't give a fuck about. Dom!
Yes.
We'll be there day one. No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm bringing you into this conversation.
That was hurtful.
That was not worded very well.
Persona, that's this whole fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Persona 3 Reload.
Yes.
The most leaked game in existence.
Yeah, it's such a shame for Atlas, but do you know what? Happy for them. This has been a game that people have been begging to be remade for at least 20 years.
Right, so there's 3 versions.
Why is it not called Persona 3 Load?
Oh, that's perfect. The Japanese wouldn't like that.
I don't know. But like, there's 3 different versions of Persona 3. There's the vanilla Persona 3, there's Persona 3 FES, which is like the almost golden, and then Persona 3 Portable, which is on Game Pass actually.
Yeah.
And they all have slightly different features and different characters, but they're all the same game. But this is based off of the original.
Yes.
So people are like, why? Like, why don't you base it off FES?
So no, it's based on the original for continuity, for like endings and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's slightly tweaked other things, but it's more that people like the game's quite grim for what it tackles on it. So I think a lot of people are like, no, we want to have a chance to maybe have an ending that makes me feel good. Is like, no, sometimes life's not like that. That's why it's such a controversial. Do you know what? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll give you a choice to do that because the game itself, I don't know if they're going to do like the way you summon your personas in this game, which is basically you grab a handgun and put it to your head and that's how you summon them. So you're like, oh.
What did they say on TikTok? You unalive yourself?
Unalive?
Yeah, they just say that because if you say suicide, then...
Hamish, come on.
Can't say the word suicide.
You can't say suicide on this podcast.
You can.
We literally just made that rule.
I was looking at my phone. Obviously, like if your video will get taken down or whatever. So
yeah, fair enough.
Even though suicide is badass.
Suicide's badass. This what they're saying is they basically took Persona 5 and placed Persona 3 in this engine.
Yeah.
So it's going to look cool. It's going to play well.
The music's great for Persona 3. That's the thing. It's like a game what's so great about Persona games. All their music it's situational. It's usually done by like a certain genre of music, but it's like exploded with like attitude, which is such a strange thing to say for like music having like, you know, you'd say punk has like an attitude, like a, you know, non-conformity, where you would have like pop punk is all about like party and stuff.
Yeah.
But to say like a music with like a jazz musician has like soul and stuff, and they're really good at getting like a feeling, I think, with these types of games and exploring every sort of way they could get any sort of emotion, anger, frustration, sadness, grief, happiness, and that.
It's not just background music; it's actually part of the
It's
part of the game, innit? It's part of the how you feel about
part
the
of the journey.
And
you should play one.
Do you know with this as well? This is coming to Game Pass day one as well. I'm sure, isn't it? I think it is. It's on the list.
It's coming to Game Pass early 2024.
So I'm so glad that I didn't start Persona 3 with this because I was eyeing it up because I've done Persona 4 Golden on a PC. Obviously played P5 to death, played Royale, really like that. And I've always heard how good P3 was. Like, I've heard the music. I know a little bit about the story. But I was like, I know like the ending is, you know, a lot of people are like, I don't know about that. But, you know, sometimes it's okay to end in a downer if, you know, that's the way the journey was going to go.
Yeah.
But there's always light at the end of the tunnel, maybe?
I think it's crazy that Persona and Yakuza at this point in their development cycles, so we're at the 5th Persona, we're at the 9th Yakuza pretty much, and this is where in the West they become these big titles.
Yeah,
like it's weird. Like everyone knew there were good games like in their genres at the time, but they never got that mainstream success. And now they kind of like, I think Persona 5 like dragged Persona like to the forefront, and then now it's Remake 3 and 4. Ports are going on to Game Pass. 5's now like
on every console.
On every console, like, and now we're going to talk about Persona 5 Tactica.
Do you not think that's like that success is due to things like Game Pass and becoming available here?
I think so. The same.
Consistency.
I'm not after about this. The same thing that happened with Yakuza.
Yeah,
like Yakuza was stuck on the PlayStation for so long, didn't get translated before fans basically bullied Sony to like translate these fucking games. We want to play this. I remember Kev having like his dictionary like with Yakuza for the PlayStation 3 just to try to understand what was going on because he loved the game so much, but he could only get Yakuza 4 with subtitles, and he's like, this is such a story that I would be invested in. I would put so much hours and I would spend so much money on this. But then as soon as they kind of finished with 5, Atlas and Sega were like, maybe we should be like, fuck Sony and just put it up everywhere. Because people are obviously demanding it. And the first game that they put up everywhere was Persona 4 Golden on Steam. That was like them testing it. And then when it became number 1 hit and Steam went away, they're like, okay.
Everybody's getting all these games.
Yeah. And I put it down to maybe, like, you know, obviously we're not of that age now, but there'll be people that are coming up, teenagers and that will see like those games and see themselves in those games, like school life and having that sort of like classroom and want to be somewhere else and learn something else.
Yeah.
Maybe not, you know, I wish I was in a Japanese school, but with Yakuza, seeing like that kind of heroic character that's there and being like, oh, if I'm like, you know, he protects everybody and like that's something to look up to.
Yeah.
Where we can just see that as like, oh, that's Kiryu being a badass, or that like Kiryu doesn't know what sex is. You know, and we make all those jokes.
He's so sexy.
But then, like, when Royale and all these new things come out, they're already, maybe, like, their siblings played it, and then they've told them about it, and it's kind of now pushed them to the forefront, and more people are playing these types of games for it. And then, obviously, TikTok, Snapchat, social media, really pushing these sort of, like, filters, games, characters, designs, like conventions, people like dressing up as their favourite, like cosplaying and stuff. Yeah, there's so much that we didn't have when we were younger.
Yeah,
can you imagine? I could imagine you'd like run about as Cloud. See, like if you were much younger, like with your Buster Sword.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Wouldn't even say much younger.
I'd still do that.
Slightly younger,
I'm looking
maybe.
for the Buster Sword actually. Anyway, I honestly think it's a lot of it's also consistency with these games.
Yes,
they were like, no, we like to make this type of game, and we're going to perfect this type of game. We're not going to add any kind of, you know, trendy bullshit to it, like Final Fantasy tried to go the modern Western route and kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
and they've now went back. Like, no. Actually, people liked the fact that we were like really Japanese.
Yeah, we'll do
style.
what we know best, and
so I think that's the other thing, because Yakuza does not hide for what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't shy away from it.
Persona doesn't either. I think people actually go to that and go, oh, cool, there's consistency in this game, and that working kind of pays off in the end.
Yeah.
But they're releasing that Persona 5 Tactica, which is a kind of chibi Fire Emblem type game. It's coming to Game Pass in November.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks a bit of fun. With the Persona 5 cast being back again, this time for real.
I thought they were going to do, you remember Persona Q?
Yeah.
I thought they were going to port that.
No, I think Persona Q is a bit of an oddball. It's like
a dungeon crawler.
Dungeon kind of, yeah, it's not. And they did Q2 as well, which wasn't very well received, because it's just basically what happened if all the Persona characters mixed in with each other, and it was like a horrible mess, because people like, that character wouldn't act like that, and this, so it was all inconsistency. Like, but guys, it's a fun game. They're like, nah. So people kind of shat on it. It's like when they did Dragon Ball Fusions, and people like, Goku and Broly wouldn't fuse. And it's like,
how'd you know?
Taking it way too seriously.
Yeah, it's like it's a bit of crack. It's a bit of fun, you know.
Toriyama would literally do anything.
Toriyama has done everything. Did you see what he did as well?
Yeah, I know.
What was that? What did you do?
It was a PlayStation, the PlayStation event.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that in a wee bit. But like, anyway, Like a Dragon, because we're talking about Yakuza.
Like a Dragon
Infinite Wealth revealed for 2024. So IGN is saying it is the follow-up to Yakuza Like a Dragon. So
it is.
This is
right,
Yakuza
good.
8.
Yeah.
Pretty much, but it's now Like a Dragon.
Cool. It was because we were very confused at it. I'm like, is that a sequel, or is this going to be like one of these kind of
expansion DLCs?
Yeah, Ichiban's a fish out of water, literally, where he comes out like butt naked.
It looks like California, Hawaii, somewhere like that. He comes out on the beach and he's butt naked, Hamish.
Butt naked.
And there's a lot of Austin Powers type jokes where like he's walking and there's like things like bottles.
A coconut's there. And, a pineapple, sorry. And it's like, I don't know why I had to change it from a coconut to a pineapple. I think
pretty much the same.
Oh no, it's because it's because Ichiban kind of looks like a pineapple. His hair. That's why I had to make that.
You didn't get much from the trailer except naked Ichiban,
and he was like, "What the fuck?" And then it kind of cuts away.
Infinite Wealth. That's a weird name.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that that's the second one really getting a more of like a... I think it is Hawaii, and I think it's going to be like a more... okay, what am I looking for? Immersive game, I'm hoping for, because as much as I enjoyed Like a Dragon, there was problems with it, like the same dialogue over again, the monotonous gameplay, the sometimes like hard levels for the hard bosses for no real reason. They spiked up the difficulty.
Yeah, I remember Hugh mentioning that as well.
Yeah, the stories were always fun. I mean, obviously, apart from the one grievance that I had with the locker babies, but like again, that's
that grievance.
Yeah, so again, it's not like it's anything like, oh my god, makes no sense. It's like I do like Ichiban as a character, and as much as Kiryu is like a stoic badass that doesn't say anything, doesn't know what a booby is. Ichiban is more relatable because he's a goofball who has a heart of gold and will do anything for his family. He's a bit like Dom Toretto in Fast and Furious movies.
But he can't drive.
But he can't drive.
I can Dom Toretto.
He's never seen a booby.
He's never seen a booby. Well, he's seen many boobies. He's like, his head's like a booby.
Yeah. That's true.
And The Rock as well. And Tyrese Gibson. There's loads of bald people in those movies.
Yeah.
This makes go fast.
I'm going to run through a load of the ones that we probably aren't going to talk about too much.
Shoot!
Don't Nod, the developers of Life is Strange, revealed a climbing game called Jusant.
Yeah, strange.
It looks alright. I don't think I'll play it. City Skyline 2.
Yeah, that was a very odd.
I mean, it looks cool if you like those kind of games. It just looks like a more polished City Skyline.
Actually, I think I'm going to play City Skyline because, like, I've got a lot of really good ideas about how to run things, and I want to see what works.
Yeah, but the only problem with those kind of games is like, you need to have your power plant here so that you can power this, and
that's not real life, mate.
Yeah, no. But sometimes you want to play a game to be creative and to have fun and not worry about that kind of thing.
Elder Scrolls Online
update.
It's a DLC, and I played it a wee bit.
Necrom Shadow over Morrowind.
Might bring in the Morrowind fans who are like, wait, no, we remember Sky. We'll wait until it comes out in the Skyrim mod and play on that. Dungeons
of Hinterberg. Cell shaded, painted game. Looks pretty colourful and nice. There was a lot of stuff going on in the trailer. I didn't really get a good idea of what it is, but it's coming to Game Pass.
I'm sure we'll see more of it. Near the time.
Still Wakes the Deep. That was the oil rig horror.
Yeah. Very odd.
Yeah, you didn't really know what was going on there either. But
you know what? Like when
Game
it comes
Pass
out
next year.
Game Pass.
Yeah.
Banner Saga creator revealed Towerborn.
Yeah, like
Towerborn.
I wasn't too sure about
co-op
that.
adventure in an ever-changing world.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. It looked.
I was also like, that looks alright.
Seems unanimous.
Yeah.
I know we're going to talk about Capcom later, but like Capcom revealed Path of the Goddess, and this game reminded me of a PS2 game. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was like their crazy Japanese hack and slash type shit that they used to do, like
they used to do
and stuff like
that. Yeah.
So it kind of looks like that. They didn't really say much more. Fallout 76 is getting an expansion,
which to everybody was like, that game still exists.
Yeah,
fucking
I
Todd.
think that game makes money, by the way.
I don't know to who though.
Fallout fans, they're dumb, aren't they?
Well, Fallout fans are dumb.
76,
like when they turned around and said we've added dialogue to it, I was like, what?
I was like, there wasn't dialogue.
There wasn't dialogue before. These motherfuckers were paying money, and then the canvas bags that were killing folk, and you couldn't wear the helmet because it was poisonous.
Oh, in real life? I played in the game.
No man, this is real life.
I'm not into it, but like people are. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's also got a cool Dune.
Yeah, they've got a wee sort of Dune
Dune Firefly Dragonfly thing.
I was like, okay, that seems like, if you're a Dune fan, you'd be like, hell yeah, give me some of that.
Oh, let me download this 400 gig game.
Did you ever play Flight Simulator? Did anyone play it?
I did. I played it.
Did anyone fly to the Glasgow just to see what it was like?
Yeah,
no, Glasgow.
I played it at my house.
Hey, see.
I was flying over like Loch Lomond and Vale. That looks nice here. Like, why are we living in such a pretty place? Right into my house. Everyone does that shit.
Yeah, everyone's.
Yeah, not like you've got some weird deep-seated rage that you're not
to myself. 9/11 myself. Sea of Thieves gets a Monkey Island crossover, and that's when I went, what was the message I put into the chat? Oh, good. Sea of Thieves.
No, I think you just said it looks shit.
Looks shit.
Did I say that?
That's what you said.
Yeah, well, it sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah.
It's nice that Guybrush is getting a wee bit of love.
Absolutely, yeah. Very, very beloved games.
Yeah. I think
the Monkey Island games, you know what I mean?
I think they're all coming out on Game Pass eventually, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they got the remake that's there with the new style it's out in.
Yeah, that's already out on Game Pass, isn't it? Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like Monkey Island games are very similar to, like, once you've played one, you've kind of played them all, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Guybrush is like...
It is more about the writing and the humour and the jokes and stuff like that. Humour and jokes being the same thing, you know, so just say it twice.
Jokes and humours.
The only thing is with, like, the Sea of Thieves crossover is, obviously we had, like, Jack Sparrow and stuff like that, for example, but it's not going to bring in anyone new that doesn't like the game, because, like, even if they do, they're going to log in and be like, oh, cool, there's Jack Sparrow. Right, cool. That was fun.
I don't think there's a lot of people that are Monkey Island fans that are like that haven't played Sea of Thieves.
So they'll already know if they like it or not.
Yeah.
And
I'm telling you, as soon as I saw the wee rare sign come up, I was like, oh god, they might be doing something. Oh, Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves is great. Sea of Thieves is a lot of fun.
Where's Banjo?
A lot of fun.
Where's Banjo, mate?
Oh, here?
Where the fuck is Banjo?
You're asking me like I've got him hiding in my basement, mate.
him and Tui stuck together.
Who's the Conker? What's Conker, mate?
Conker's been like, he was doing like...
He's away shagging and getting drunk, mate. He's a lad.
Are you Conker him? No. Maybe shagging and being a lad.
I mean, I'm probably the closest to Conker, so one of you is going to have to be Banjo.
Where is
one
he
of you is going to be...
Well, Banjo's the guy, so I'm Banjo.
Okay.
And you could be... What's the witch called?
Fuck you.
No, I could be the witch. I've got the bigger nose, so...
That's true, yeah.
Anyway, Metaphor Re-Fantasy O. I don't think I said that properly.
Some stellar reading there, Hugh.
I was meant to mention this one earlier when we were talking about Persona, but it's the people who developed Persona 3 and 4 and 5. It looks like Persona, but it's like I think it was a Xbox exclusive. No. But I had decided, like, when I watched it, I got excited because I thought, oh wait, Atlas is making a Xbox exclusive Persona type game. But no, and it's not even coming to Game Pass.
Oh, good.
It might be, it's just not announced.
Yeah.
It looks cool, looks like Persona.
Yep.
There we go. What else have we got before we talk about the big one? Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
That was a weird trailer. Didn't really show us much. Just showed us more Senua.
Yeah, and when it's out, I think it will do well.
Yeah, definitely.
What were you expecting? It's
Gameplay?
obviously going to be more Senua.
I thought they were going to show us more of the game and not just another like cinematic.
I know, but people. I mean, it's I don't think it's going to be a far departure from the first one, so you kind of know what the gameplay is going to be like. Or maybe they're just wanting to keep it
under wraps.
Yeah, under
it's
the.
Still coming next year, man. Like it's still going to be a while
away.
Good,
actually. I think we were talking maybe a good couple of podcasts ago that it was like we'll probably have no games for the end of 2022, 2023, start of that. And then we'll have probably a shitload of games.
Yeah,
come in. And I'm like, oh man, we're really feeling it now.
I know. Winter, we had that sweatshop just playing like Spider-Man and the other ones.
All the other ones we've made.
The other ones.
The other one I'm right just a bit to mention.
What one's that one?
Space Fallout. Fucking Starfield.
Starfield, yeah, that looks
Starfield.
That looks really good actually.
Did you guys watch the whole thing?
Didn't watch the whole thing. I watched about half an hour.
I got like 4 hours in, and I was like, right, that's enough. Like,
yeah,
it was such a long thing. But they're obviously really pushing this.
There was so much worries about this because it's Bethesda, and it was because of the problems with like Elder Scrolls and Fallout when they released those games,
and it's Todd,
and it's that liar.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
So there's a lot of. And there's
also
a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot of trepidation there, Hamish.
But they've got a lot riding on it.
But they took a gunshot really to the head of trepidation.
Like Trivium.
Yeah. Like Trivium did that. You're correct. 30 frames. 30 frames. But
I was about to ask. Well, I was about to ask, like, now we're kind of your expectations. Like, I mean, we were talking about Redfall a couple of weeks ago about, like, how, game like physical copies of the game had to have like stickers put on to say that it was locked at 30, and how frame rate really doesn't matter in certain games. Like myself, I was saying that about Tears of the Kingdom. It was like I didn't care it was in 60; it just played like a good game.
Yeah. Right.
But now when you see games that have been in development for so long, or like Gotham Knights or anything like that you should expect to be running at a solid 60 even on PC.
Yeah.
But to be told that, no, we're locked to 30.
I think this isn't locked on 30 on PC.
No, even on the Xbox, it can get higher than 30.
Yeah.
But they just want to keep it consistently looking brilliant, so they lock it at 30.
You'll see an update probably at some point with 60 frames option.
But even if we don't, I don't mind it. 30 frames per second, it's not ideal, but it's not a game breaker for me.
But now, this is where a lot of people are they're twisting the knife on it. It says but Xbox are always pushing to say about 60 frames, 120 frames,
the most powerful
4K,
console.
most powerful console, and then all you do is take a look to the right, and you see PlayStation doing it no bother.
Yeah,
that's your competition that's doing I know it's different games made for different consoles, but that's what you're kind of playing for, exclusivity. And if the competition is doing 60 or 120 hertz, 120 frames per second, smooth or 8K, all the bells and whistles, I mean, you're saying you could do that, but we're not going to.
I don't think this game could get to 4K 60 on either console. Because they're even saying if you've got a 3090.
Yeah, I did hear that.
You need the 4090 Nvidia card to fucking run this at over 60.
Which is crazy, isn't it?
So I've been on Twitter, obviously, because that's where I live. And a lot of guys, a lot of developers and a lot of people that know this technology were saying there's no way they could get with this technology. These
at the
games
moment.
At 60.
At the
moment. Now, Xbox came out and said they're not going to do a mid-cycle refresh, like a Pro or whatever console. PlayStation haven't said that because they will do that.
They probably give them a week.
Yeah. What I see happening is this game will probably get an update for PCs on Game Pass, PC Game Pass to go unlocked at some point, and we might get a performance mode at some point. But it's pretty brave of them to come out and say it's 30 because of the shit that Redfall got, and
Gotham Knights and stuff. Yeah.
But the other thing is that this game in scope is much larger than those two games.
Oh yeah, it's galaxies.
So I think people are like, right, we can see your point type thing. As long as the game is fun, it won't be an issue. But if this game comes out and it's buggy as shit and the gameplay isn't quite there, 30 will be pointed at constantly. Why is it 30? Why
even
is it 30?
Because they've already told us it, and maybe a strategy is get it out early so that people can not forget about it, but accept it well by the time that it's out.
Yeah.
And then, but as you say, it'll get brought back up again if the game launch doesn't go well.
Yeah, it won't be it won't be near the top of the list, but it will be on the list to say you've said that this is the reason why it's at 30, but yet we're still finding bugs from a generation, a whole 2 generations.
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 for Skyrim, where when you had bugs, you're like, that's unique as well. But now you're in a company where where you have to make sure that you're doing the best work you can because they're liable for refunds and they're liable for you can't really get away with unfinished games and titles, and you can't have somebody come out and promise you the world like Mr. Todd Howard does all the time and be like, oh, don't worry, it will eventually work. Maybe. Bye. It's Fallout 76.
Skyrim works now. 12 years after its release.
After fans basically modded the shit out of it, and then they went, oh, see those mods? Yeah, those are our mods. Yeah. It's our license.
Those are our mods now. They kind of just took that shit right after fucking Steam page, didn't they? They were just no, actually, they're ours now, and you have to pay for them now.
Yeah. Are you guys excited about it, though?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it looks good.
See, because it's on Game Pass as well, I'm like, cool. No risks for me.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Bethesda's games like that. I remember Kev was huge into Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim and that. Loved the story and voice acting and stuff, but liked the charm of the bugs. But I don't know. I'm just... it kind of felt a bit too No Man's Sky for me.
Well,
I mean, it's against materials and stuff, and I remember a friend of the podcast, Ross, was saying how good No Man's Sky's updates done with you two were playing. You and yourself, Hamish,
got quite into
it. It was great. So if it's something along the lines of that, and it can be fun with other folk, and it's not a piece of shit when it first comes out. They've not mentioned multiplayer, have they? Did they say you could do multiplayer? I don't remember.
I don't think so. No,
I never. That wasn't part of the thing I was paying attention to.
Yes, I don't remember. Again, it could potentially be fun like that, but we don't know. Well, and I'm a bit hesitant of those games. Yep, day one download though, because it's on Game Pass, and thank God for Game Pass.
That's just what I was about to say. Like Hugh says, you've not got a risk really, because you've got Game Pass, so you can always try it out, see if it's for you, and then
try it before you buy.
Yeah, we already spoke about the game, Summer Games Fest stuff last week, didn't we? Like Prince of Persia and stuff like that.
No.
Is that a conversation we had without recording?
I think I was me just talking, mate. Like,
sorry.
But I was just like, well, we can go for it quickly, because the only thing they announced, they showed Mortal Kombat 1 footage.
Prince of Persia, the Lost
the
Crown?
Yeah, the Lost Crown is very Metroid Dread.
Made by the people that developed Rayman and Legends.
Yep.
So I definitely will be interested in this.
I would like to play it. I mean, I'm a bit disappointed it's not Sands of Time remake, but I'm kind of glad it's not the Sands of Time remake, because it's been shelved indefinitely, and I'm like, okay, maybe not touch that game. That game was great.
Nicolas Cage is in Dead by Daylight.
Yes, he was announced a couple of weeks ago, and he came up on stage and he was like, I'm Nicolas Cage, and then he wasn't a villain. He was a survivor, which is very strange. You would expect, like, if you got a celebrity like that, you would make them like
bad guy.
A bad guy. Like, you would make him like Ghostface or
Face Off.
Face Off. Aye, that could be good. Take your face off.
That's what I was saying to Hugh. Like, what kind of powers would he have? Because he's just Nicolas Cage. He's not like one of his characters in it, as far as I'm aware. He's just
he's just a survivor. He just runs about.
Yeah.
But then
New Sonic Superstars.
Yep, like, it's great. Like, the first time that they've actually listened to fans doing a 3D rendition of the 2D games that actually looks good and doesn't look like a piece of shit.
Yeah. It did look good. By the end of the day, it's just going to be another Sonic game, innit?
Damn Sonic.
Sandland, which is an Akira Toriyama.
Yep.
Designs in the game.
Yeah, it's an anime coming soon. It's a manga that's been in publication for a wee while. It just looks like a Dragon Ball esque.
I think there's a lot of focus on like the vehicles and stuff like that. 'Cause apparently he loves.
Yeah.
He loves drawing vehicles. Alan Wake 2. You saw a trailer for that.
Yeah, we've got some gameplay.
Kind of scary.
Yeah, that got gameplay.
I'm not playing that.
It's, I enjoyed Alan Wake. I don't really remember too much of that, but Remedy are generally quite good at doing games like that.
Yeah, I played it. I
Atmosphere.
was just kind of like, that's cool, yeah, but I wasn't enthralled to go back and complete it or anything.
Yeah.
There's Crash Team Rumble.
During the broadcast, it suddenly came up during like a pug for something else. I think it was talking about like a horror game, and then suddenly Crash Team came up. It was like Crash Rumble came up, and everyone's like, what the fuck?
That's not good press. Here's a horror game for you.
the Crash. And you're like, but that's
could be fun. 4v4.
Yeah,
give it a shot.
If it's cheap, mate, I buy.
It's £25 now.
I buy Sinead every Crash game when it comes out, right? I bought her the collection, I bought her 4, and I bought her Team Racing, and she'll play them for about an hour, and then she'll go, that was really fun. And then she'll put them down, and she'll never look at them again. I think she likes the nostalgia, and then like she's like, put more hours into this? Nah. So I'm probably going to buy it. But we'll play an hour of it. Yeah. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2.
Looks alright if you're a Warhammer fan.
It did look pretty cool, yeah.
Yes, Your Grace 2. Hamish, you played Yes, Your Grace?
I played it a wee bit, yeah.
I don't remember.
Kind of text-basing decisions.
Yeah. Kind of lineage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's Toxic Commando.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Again, it's that very trailer-esque where it's like, play a popular song and like hype up people with zombies. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, the game, the Wiz gameplay?
Kinda.
But like, it just looked like a zombie. We were talking about it, it looked like...
Back 4 Blood.
Yeah. Back 5 Blood.
I don't think it was online. I don't think we saw gameplay, but I think we saw a video of what the gameplay is going to be, basically.
Yeah. Like, and it's John Carpenter, and he usually, like, he's quite sensible with like scripts and stuff and what his name goes to.
He never phones it in.
No, he generally doesn't phone it in.
Never.
When has he ever phoned it in, Hugh?
Every year since 1998.
Motherfucker made Big Trouble in Little China. I forgot.
Trash. No, I'm kidding on.
The Thing. Like, again, he was quite involved in The Thing.
Those are 80s films, though.
Hey, The Thing is like probably the best horror film.
No, I love The Thing, but those are like 80s.
Yeah.
I don't know the last good thing John Carpenter did.
Yeah. They Live. Well, no, that's 80s as well. Was that no? That was 90s, wasn't it?
Tom, stop living in the 80s. I'm
here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum. You try to say that's not a fucking great line?
I never said that at all, Tom.
He does say he's ragging on Roddy Piper.
Anyway, Baldur's Gate 3. That looks cool as fuck, by the way.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, but, it's been out for quite a long time.
But this is like the actual game.
But yeah, I'm interested for it. I think it will be good. If you like RPGs, you should love it.
Yep. 1st of August.
Not far away.
Yeah. And then, Dom, there's a wee game called Spider-Man 2 coming out.
Yeah.
On the 20th of October.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Just before my birthday as well, so I'm like, hell yeah, getting me a PlayStation for that. Get rebuying a PlayStation for that.
By the way, you still can hardly find them anywhere.
I can tell you for a fact that is bullshit.
They're like,
in my work, we've got them stacked to the fucking ceilings.
Argos and that are still kind of sold out.
Oh, that's because they're probably doing their God of War plans and stuff like that, but we're like, no, you can definitely get it from us if, you know.
Right. I know. Yeah. We don't really need to talk about Spider-Man 2 because we're going to talk endlessly about that at some point.
Well, I would say
it's really fun and cool and all the other aspects.
What they've turned around and said is like, you're not going to expect what the gameplay or the story is going to be like as well. Eddie Brock is not Venom. Yeah, so it's a different take what they're doing, which is good because, is it going to be Harry or is it going to, I think it's going to be, what's his name? Norman Osborn, because I think that'd be a much better
Harry will be Carnage.
Yeah, see, imagine that.
Look at me, genius.
But I do like the fact that they showed more, like, you know, a bigger version of New York, obviously with more, like, interesting stuff. We got Miles and Peter flying about on, like, the wingsuits as well, which make them traverse a bit cooler. And then, obviously, you know, the symbiote suit.
Even when like they were walking about street level, it looked like way more detailed, and also like there was like a wee suburban bit, you know, which looks cool because it's swinging through New York City. It all gets kind of samey.
Yeah, Brooklyn. Yep. Is it Brooklyn? They're gonna add more part. No, I think Spider-Man 1 was just Manhattan, wasn't it?
Yeah, mostly Manhattan, and then Miles Morales. I think they did a little bit of Brooklyn.
Queens. I don't know.
There was Queens and there was
Brooklyn's
Harlem
a big
and stuff like that in it. And
to the side of Manhattan.
There was Devil's Kitchen. There was all of that island.
No, but that
Manhattan Island.
But like Brooklyn is over the water.
Yeah.
But so Spider-Man was in the water as well. Did you see that in the footage?
Yeah.
I was like,
he went in, spiders don't even like water.
I think you could go to Coney Island.
Oh,
I think you
Coney Island.
Coney Island.
Oh, Statue of Liberty Island.
Yeah. Some spiders can swim. So I think I said that last time.
Some spiders can spider.
There was a game
which I still don't know if it's true or not. I just like to see it.
I think we watched the trailer. We actually watched a lot of these trailers at my house like a week ago. Pal World. It just looks like 4K Pokemon.
So I would be very cautious of this because when the trailers came out, I was like, me and Andrew were watching it, and I'm like, something's familiar about this. We don't know what it was, but then we seen that the company that made that fucking Craft World game. Remember the one that was free to play on the Xbox? Same company. You click on the trailer for it was the same music. Me and Angie's like, that's the exact same music. I'm like,
they're baiting us.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a Chinese rip-off kind of thing, so be very careful.
But they're baiting us with like Pokemon with guns.
I know. And also they know Pokemon fans are morons, so buy in.
Like you?
I never bought it. Mate, I downloaded them.
Like a moron.
I'm not giving any money to Shigeru Miyamoto. He knows what he did. And
he was ducking him.
Black Desert. No, Desert is the expansion for Black Desert's coming out. I don't think any of you play Black Desert.
I tried it a bit. It's not
for me yet.
It's not his flavour.
Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria.
Terrible looking. I was very much like stung on Gollum as well because I thought, okay, that could potentially be good. I don't understand why you would want to be Gollum, but alright. And then when it came out, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
That's why you don't want to be Gollum, mate.
But then, like, the kind of, like, see, because you've seen how bad Gollum looks, you are looking for problems. Like, it's not a fault because you're like, problems. We've been stung before and it seems got the same Lord of the Rings font and style as Gollum, and you're like, are these people now just going, fuck it? Do whatever you can with it. The Amazon series isn't doing as good as we thought. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm also a defender of the Amazon series. It was pretty good, but the game just looks like a mini like tower defense type thing. Mm-hmm. It's probably inoffensive. It's not the game people are probably wanting from Lord of the Rings because it's been a while since Shadow of War, and we're kind of, it's a big old fucking Middle Earth.
Kind of a step down in it,
Yeah, if it's free, I'll maybe have a look at it.
I mean, if anything, if it's going to be free, then it'll be free. But like, okay, start building a tower. You can finish the tower now for $9.99. Like, that kind of fucking thing. But I don't know if it's going to be like that though.
Yeah, we're just making things up now. The Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, which is the iOS and Android game that kind of runs over the whole Final Fantasy VII story.
Yeah,
the beta's out now. I haven't actually downloaded it. I'm going to do that.
I have been trying to get. Yeah, no, I've tried it. It's not for a wee while in the UK.
You can register now.
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
But that looked interesting. It looked like the different styles over every game, which is quite cool.
Fan service the game, it looks like. Mm-hmm. I'm very interested for that.
And the Like a Dragon, the man who raised his name.
No name, yeah.
That looked pretty cool.
Yeah, like
all those man stepping up to my boy Kiryu, and he was like, "Oh, you guys, I got like 8 games behind me. Like, I'm the hero.
I've got the protagonist shield on me as well. You can punch me and fuck it, I won't flinch.
Nothing will happen.
I'll take it right in the face. He's like,
he looked very magical though. He was doing magic shit, and I was like, where'd that come from?
Yeah, it comes from the soul. Your chakras.
That's why I don't have any magic.
Yeah, you drink all that my chakras. That's your chakra. Drunken style, monkey style.
No soul.
Yeah, you got soul, but you're not a soldier.
I hate that lyrics so much, man.
I got a ham, but he's got a ham, but he's not a hamster. That's a Bill Bailey joke. I'm sorry.
Did you see the Twisted Metal trailer?
Yes, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe put Anthony Mackie through a pool table, and I was like, that was something I wanted to see, but I didn't know.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like, didn't know how much I needed to see that.
Yeah, there's that Immortals of Avium. We watched that trailer, Hamish, and it's the same actress that's in Jedi Survivor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's an EA game. Looks alright.
Looks fine.
Looks fine. And then the world premiere of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now that trailer, what was my reaction to that?
I don't know. I turned off, mate.
No, like I turned it. I went, they're doing that? What the fuck? Like there was parts I was like, wait, well, it's not spoilers for a fucking trailer, but like in Final Fantasy VII, Tifa stabs Sephiroth with his own sword.
Yeah.
And in the trailer, Sephiroth fucking sees that shit coming.
Yeah.
Turns around, gives the one, fucking slaps her right in the face.
Backhander, wee Sean Connery.
Wee Sean Connery. And you're going, wait, what? What?
Are we Jonathan Majors?
Oh my god.
So, I think it's Nomura that's doing this game, who has produced tons of Final Fantasy stuff, and I think he hates Final Fantasy fans.
I don't blame him.
No, I know, we're the worst.
The smelliest fandom.
But like, no.
That's for the My Hero Academia fans, they're the smelliest ones. Oh, sorry, is it them?
Wait,
I can't remember.
We've told a story about one of the anime films before, but looked really fucking good. Like Final Fantasy VII remake looked really good. This looks that much better, obviously. Who the fuck knows where the story's going?
Red 13 is playable, my boy.
Big Red Dog, mate.
Big Red Dog.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And it looks like they listened to a lot of people's suggestions as well, and added tag team attacks as well.
Yeah. Which
looks great. What you'll see, like Tifa and Aerith like teaming up, and they do that wee move together, the two of them, and like clouding the girls, clouding these bitches. I love it.
I was trying to explain to Hamish how thirsty that first game was.
Oh, everyone was thirsty for Cloud.
And
everyone
it was like awkward.
Yeah.
For me. I was like, guys, I'm trying to play the game.
He's like, oh, you're so handsome. And he's like,
try to save the world here.
Jesse's like, oh, come to my house tonight.
Come on, I'll give you some pizza.
I've got an adventure to go on, Jesse.
I've got to collect materia.
I got a big ass sword to lug around. Like,
do you know how many calories I've on coding this big fucking thing about?
So, no, mate, I'm going to play the fuck out of that, obviously. Who's kidding on here? Like, I'm buying that. I'm going to play the fuck out of it.
What did you think of the news that said it's
two discs? Yes.
Which I was like, why?
That's weird, isn't it? Like,
it's going to have so many cutscenes.
I
don't know, but discs in general, like, it's like just give us one disc with a download code on it.
So, like, there was a moment that someone screen grabbed Sephiroth after like basically Major Taylor out of existence. Tifa, sorry, Taylor. And it's just this look he sort of gives, and I grabbed it, and I was just like, Sephiroth when he sees your hard drive disk space on the PlayStation 5. Just like, it's all mine, baby.
It's obviously a play on, like, the PS1 Final Fantasies had 3-4 discs each, and people always found that, like, oh wow, this game's got 4 discs. This means it's massive. Turns out it just had tons of cutscenes on it.
Yeah.
So this game will probably have tons of cutscenes. Is this a trilogy?
Yes.
Right, okay. Right.
I think it's a trilogy. Well, it looks like it's going to be a trilogy. I don't think, like, after...
Guys, neither of you have a fucking
clue,
do you?
The reason
keep changing shit.
The reason why it's a bit like, as like Hugh said there with the Tifa moment with the sword.
Yeah,
like
chop and changing.
But the dialogue that they use, it's the same dialogue that they used when the teaser trailer first happens. Like, it's not what you expect. You know, this isn't a like-for-like remake. This is a remake, a retelling of this story. So, like, when you've seen that people survived... Like, from Final Fantasy VII, you're like, wait, they're supposed to be dead? Why are they there? And then you've seen the way, like, the head of Shinra, like, he was he wasn't killed in the way that he should have been.
Yep.
And you're like, wait, what the fuck's going on in
all
this?
slightly different, and see if they can make this work. This will be a great story because it's what he's doing is fucking triggering fans.
Yeah.
I was like, no, that's not how it goes.
Do you know what
That's not how it's meant to work.
Do you know what's going to happen? And I don't know if this might be a spoiler for a lot of folks.
Sephiroth and Cloud get together.
Yes. They'll be fucking banging. Some Super Smash Bros. That's what they'd call them. But
no one sees that coming.
I think, because again, they kind of showed it with Barrett getting shot and like surviving, that, and maybe in this timeline it'll be the old switcheroo that it's Tifa that goes.
Oh, I don't know.
And I don't want Tifa to go. I don't want Tifa to go. I love Tifa, but if they do that, then Aerith can be more like sympathetic to being like, I know that should have been me. And then it's like more of a guilt with Sephiroth.
They're pals now, mate. The actual good thing about this remake is they've turned the characters not into just... I know we talked about earlier, everybody loves Cloud. But in this in remake, they made the characters actually interact with each other and become friends with each other. So Aerith and Tifa became...
Three-dimensional.
For the life of me, for my whole teenage years, all I wanted was three-dimensional Tifa and Aerith. Like this.
I bet you did.
That's all I wanted, man. That's all I wanted.
Tifa got that attitude, and like just to get off her chest, you know, it's like.
Wait, do you know? Like, I told this story to Hamish. I don't know why this story's constantly in my head. Do you know they had to like make her boobs smaller?
Yeah.
To fit the model.
Yeah.
And people complained.
Yeah.
And they're not exactly small in the model now. And they're like, no, that's against canon. That's against lore.
But you're just like...
The mirror's like, this is what I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah.
You guys shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like, the reason why they like that is for her to stand out as a character. They're not there because it's like, she's going to go like...
We know
tit over ass, you know?
Yeah.
We know what they're there for, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fan service.
It's going to be the best game of the year. Fuck you guys. Oh, no.
Nice
best game of next year.
It's going to be nice to pal around with Sephiroth as well.
Me too.
I can't wait to do that.
Hey, you know what Sephiroth
I know what Sephiroth is.
Mate, I love that. I love that club so much.
Oh, but do you know also, like, when you've got Zack potentially coming back as well? That's things like, you're like, what are they doing here?
Oh, so Cloud actually has someone who, like, women are as thirsty over.
Yeah.
Because they almost are the same person, except one's blonde, one's got black hair.
Yeah. You can have it like, you know, white chocolate or dark chocolate.
Cloud stole his whole flow.
Yeah.
Bar for bar.
Have we seen them both in the same room together?
Yeah.
It's not just him dyeing his hair quickly.
No.
They were pals. You should play the Final Fantasy game series.
Should have.
I know, like...
What are you playing now?
Mafia, mate. I told you, mate, guns, girls, and Gabagool.
I would go through the Capcom show, but I'm not sure either of you would be interested in that. I'll quickly go over it. Mega Man X Dive Offline Edition, which is a mobile game from
Very strange
China and Taiwan. Street Fighter 6 came out, but they just wanted to say it again.
It's already out.
I know.
That's not
looks
news.
great. The story mode looks interesting when you can change your model. It's getting like it's got one of the best online fighting systems that they've had. With like they actually listen to fans and they had no issue with like online rather than steal people's ideas with like rollback and stuff. They went, oh no, we created this, like, shut up, Capcom.
Resi 4 VR is coming out for PSVR 2.
Yep, just an upscaled version of the Oculus one that came out as well.
Again, it's already out.
Pragmata, which is like, I think it's a robot or a guy in a suit. But you can't tell.
Those are the two options.
Aye, but like
he's either Iron Man or he's not.
I was like, is that a robot? Or is that a guy in a suit?
It's Iron Man or Murphy from RoboCop.
That's the whole game. You just need to look at this picture of this
guy.
There,
a wee girl there, and you have to protect her. She's on your back.
Big Daddy style.
Aye, like in the trailer, it didn't really tell you much. It showed you it was kind of like third person shooting and fighting. Capcom, it's very Capcom. That was actually quite interesting. But I didn't realise this was already announced. And they're like, hey, we're delaying it. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even know, mate. Like, don't worry. Ghost Trick, which is like a remake of a Game Boy Advance game, I think. Like a wee mystery game. Looks cool.
Yeah.
Apollo Justice Trilogy remake or remaster collection. 3DS games.
It's got Apollo in it, so I'm assuming it's either about space or boxing.
Courtroom drama.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever played Ace Attorney games?
A wee bit, yeah.
It's like visual
the
novels.
DS, yeah.
Same idea, mate. It's just that I think they're just collecting these games and letting people play them outside of buying a fucking DS, which no one wants to do anymore. Capcom Town, which is a shitty app that you can waste time on, and you could play Street Fighter 2 again.
So it's just like
there's no way to play Street Fighter 2 any other way, mate.
Yeah.
They've never sold that game again.
No, I've never even heard of it.
Exo Primal, which is fucking
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
They can spawn in mental mutant dinosaurs, and they say weird Metal Gear Solid-like lines.
Yeah.
It's fucking... It looks cool. It's got a crossover with Street Fighter 6.
Oh, that one, yeah.
With Metal Ryu? Was that a Monster Hunter?
Why didn't they just call it Dino Crisis in Space?
Yeah. Space Crisis.
That would make more sense.
Featuring dinos.
Exactly. And then Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the first one I've wanted to play for ages because I've heard it's amazing, but I've not got around to it. Well, I've played a bit of it. So, a newer, hopefully better one. Yeah, it's good news.
Alright, but none of that was... Why did they even have a fucking event? Put a Twitter post up.
Yeah.
Quickly go through the Ubisoft. We done Star Wars. Did you see Avatar?
Avatar.
Yeah, it looks nice.
As Arnie would say, Avatar.
But it's Avatar, so it's not a great setting, I don't think.
What happens if you get good achievements for it, though?
Oh, then I'll finish it, obviously.
Hamish will. See if you give him 6 achievements he can get. That's
a wee gamer score whore, mate. I'll get them.
That's coming December. Avatar. Prince of Persia Lost Ground we talked about. That's coming January.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed Mirage. Looks cool. Looks like Assassin's Creed 2 to me.
I think it's Mirage, mate.
Mirage,
yeah.
Ass and Grid. Mirage.
Yep.
Midge.
Yeah, looks good, but I mean, it's just a new setting for Assassin's Creed, isn't it?
All we had to say about that game. Assassin's Creed Nexus.
That's the VR.
VR. I mean, that looks fun, depending on how much you actually do in VR.
You get to be Ezio, mate.
I know, but I saw the parkour bit, and it's either you do get to do that, which will be cool, but there'll be a lot of broken necks because people will fall over, or you don't get to do it, in which case it's just kind of
You get to play Cassandra.
Hamish would just be looking down. Hamish, Hamish, are you sleeping, Hamish? Nope.
It's just,
just looking at my assets.
It just depends on the gameplay.
Depends on the gameplay.
I told you before I started, I'm very tired.
MetaQuest 2, it's coming out for as well.
Alright, okay.
Have you got the MetaQuest 2? Is that MetaQuest 1?
I've got a Quest 2.
I was worried because the new MetaQuest's come out soon, isn't it? The
yes,
3.
free's out soon.
It looks cool, but I'm not buying another thing that's going to sit.
Don't worry, if you've got a spare $3,500, you can buy the Apple one.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I gave up your long answer to that in the chat, and Hamish was like, I don't care. I was like, Steve Jobs would. I don't like Steve Jobs, but he would never have done that because that is a trash product with a trash price at a trash time. And he was like, I don't care what you're saying. But not that you cared about the thing, you were just like, I didn't want a conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to share it. I'm gonna have to share that Steve Jobs video where he actually talks about innovative with that. Yeah. Back in '98, I think it was. He says when you can get a visual one, you can have the best sound quality and visual quality there, but that won't be for me. It'll be in the future. And it's like $3,500 later.
Here's the thing, right? In this economy, $3,500 for what? AR?
But do you know the thing is though, is you don't buy first gen. It's okay. You don't need to buy it.
I'll never buy it.
You don't need to buy it though.
I'll never buy it. I'm saying it now. You can fucking note this down.
Not even for that Final Fantasy exclusive. It's going to be on it.
What'd you say, though?
Tifa edition.
What are you saying?
AR Tifa, mate.
Anyway, Assassin's Creed codename Jade.
God, Mike, how many Assassin's Creed in the games?
It's a mobile game.
I know, but still,
it's quite a lot.
In China.
They've already had a China one.
I know. I mean, I say I know. Probably. I
had an India one, a China one, the wee side.
Do you have a Japanese one as well?
Yeah. Don't think so.
I think that was a side scroll one as well. It was free. I'm sure they were free.
Assassin's Creed? Oh yeah, it would have been then. Yeah.
The Crew Motorfest. Did you play Crew?
No.
Nah, nobody likes Crew. Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix.
Yeah, I'm assuming this means Blood Dragon is in the Far Cry spin-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an anime that's coming to Netflix.
Yeah. Just seems like a weird, that game was a while ago and...
It still has its fans. Still has a lot of synthwave covers that go up for it as well.
Yeah.
We are not excited about this at all. Ubisoft's got a game called X Defiant, which is free to play first person arena shooter, coming soon.
Okay.
So was it Defiant before and then it's not Defiant anymore, so it's X Defiant?
I don't know, mate. Ubisoft makes me go to sleep. So 14 maps, 5 factions, 5 modes, 24 weapons.
Ubisoft makes Hugo soft.
Yeah. Yes.
Ubersoft.
Ubisoft.
Skull and Bones beta's coming.
Hey, something's at least coming.
Just a beta.
Yeah, that game is maybe
How long
released
has that been going on, man? Like
2013 it was announced.
Yeah,
fuck's
10 years.
sake, man. Better be one hell of a fucking beta.
Better be good.
The Division Resurgence mobile game.
Yep.
Division was bad enough, never mind putting it on a mobile.
Master Chief, well, I don't know if it's just Master Chief, but Halo's come to Brawlhalla.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which I thought they stopped supporting. Again, I must be confused with another game.
Wait, it might be one of the, what's in the Nickelodeon?
Well, I don't think that's the All Stars.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that one. But
That's not. Is that?
there was the multiverse.
Well,
there was the WB one. There was the multiverse is what they've taken off the now because they're going to do a full launch next year, which is so strange.
Because that whole thing was like a beta, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Rayman's coming to Spark of Hope.
Yeah.
Should anyway, because the rabbits are shit.
Rabbids.
That's what I said, shut up.
You said rabbit.
And Jet Set Radio characters are coming to Roller Championships.
Right, is that it? Hugh, is that it? Because we've not talked about the game that like Hamish just played on the show, and I was like, what the fuck is this game? And I want to play it. It's about a creature that comes across a certain device.
Of course.
Oh yeah,
Of course.
sorry, I don't know.
The highlight, mate.
Yeah.
Squirrel with a gun?
Yeah.
With a gun.
What the fuck?
Squirrel with a gun.
To be fair, that was announced, and like we saw a bit of gameplay for that a while ago, but still hyped for it.
I want to play that. That game looks fun
Hell
as
yeah.
shit.
Man.
It does look fun as shit.
I mean, that's the best way to describe it. It looks fun as shit.
It looks funnish. I'm trying to see a release date for it. It's made by Daniel
Day-Lewis?
D. Intremont. I don't know.
He's close. It was nearly Daniel Day-Lewis. I was like, I thought he was like a cobbler now. So now he's making games about squirrels with guns. Good for him.
Maybe he's got a movie role where he's a game developer or a squirrel with a gun.
Squirrel with a gun.
Come at me, bitches!
You know, he goes full method, so yeah.
It's a sandbox game that focuses on exploration and shooting combat. Defend yourself from various encounters with agents using various weapons. Deflect their melee attacks with exceptional timing to disarm them. Climb and jump across platforms with your natural squirrel skills.
Yep. Mad squirrel skills.
I don't actually think it's got a release date yet, but it's mental.
Aye, I'm looking forward to that.
It looks fun. Yeah.
There's a lot of other stuff going to be announced. We're obviously recording this during Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, good planning, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going away.
Can you go now?
Do you know
Okay,
what,
everyone, I think that's the end of the podcast. So what's your what game are you looking forward to the most on?
Evolve them, Spider-Man 2. Big
Oh.
fan of that. And Persona 3 remake.
Hamish?
Squirrel with a gun.
Yeah.
No, Spider-Man definitely.
Spider-Man.
A bit Fable, a bit as well.
Yeah, Fable, yeah.
There was
Pick it back off of that.
Xbox kind of smashed this one.
Yeah, Xbox I think was a highlight.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking maybe PlayStation should have done a bit more than what they did, but they did have Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
And 16.
16, but the problem is like, that's for
Weebs.
that's for like the fans of those types of games where Xbox felt like it kind of had cast a wider net and got more people's attention.
I honestly think Avowed, Starfield, Senua's Sacrifice 2, or Senua's Journey, whatever they're called.
Senua
Like a dragon.
Like Dragon and stuff like that. That's the Persona remake and Persona Tactica and stuff like that. That's a strong showing. I'm probably missing like 3 or 4 other titles there, Fable and stuff like that.
Yeah. Overall, it was pretty good. There was some
It was. I
interesting
enjoyed
things to
it.
come out of it. Yeah.
And there's still a load of other studios that haven't announced what they're doing. Like, what's the one that made Psychonauts?
Double Fine.
Double Fine.
Yeah.
They haven't come out and said what they're doing next or anything like
Yeah.
that. So. And Psychonauts 2 was really good.
Yeah.
So
all the Psychonauts. Well, I say all the
The two of them.
the
Yeah.
3 Psychonauts
there's
games.
a VR game as well.
Rhombus Ruin or something like that. But yeah, Psychonauts is a good property. Yeah.
So you said Spider-Man, Hamish?
Spider-Man, yeah, Fable, Squirrel with a Gun, stuff like that.
What about you, Hugh? Is it all Final Fantasy all time?
Well, for this year, it's got to be
Halo.
Halo. Oh, Starfield's really like
It does-
interested me,
yeah,
man. Like
yeah.
it really interested me with what it showed. That was pure sci-fi.
The thing is that that's still got a chance to be shit, whereas I don't think Spider-Man has a chance to be shit if it's even more
true,
of the same.
Insomniac
You know what I mean?
is very good.
Yeah.
Probably Final Fantasy 7, obviously for me, or Persona 3. Yeah, they're all mate. Fable is like they're all like but Final Fantasy 7,
A very hype event.
very hype.
Lots of interesting things to look forward to
Capcom's one definitely.
in a very fucking short space of time.
This is this COVID crunch
Yeah.
kind of spreading out. Now, COVID seems like a dream, doesn't it? Like See, now we're back to work like full time and stuff like that.
I never left work full time, mate.
Whatever. But like, sometimes I miss the time I was told to just go home and not come back for a bit.
Yeah.
And then like you're in the house and you're like, oh, why go for dinner?
Well, in that case, you go home and don't come back for a bit.
Goodbye, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Say goodbye to the fans, Hamish.
Bye, fans.
Dom, say goodbye to Hamish's fans.
Bye, Hamish's fans.
Goodbye, those two people.
Oh, that's mean.
There's more than you got.
I've got family and friends that...
With no fans.
Actually, I've got a really badass tower fan in the house because it's fucking roasting.
That is pretty roasting, yeah.